What are we talking about, Poseidon? Are we live right now?
We are live.
Good morning, everybody. It is a Wednesday here on the planet Earth. It's only Wednesday for us. I guess for Australians, maybe it's something else. Who the fuck knows? Welcome, everybody. Remember, this episode is brought to you by the wonderful folks over at justmeatit.ca. Link in the description. Just Meat It. They're selling you high-quality meats, not just any meats. We're talking bison. We're talking ostrich. Are you going to hunt an ostrich? Why are you lying? I don't even know where ostriches live. Right? We should have killed them a long time ago. Clearly, a couple of them got away, so you can eat them. JustMeatit.ca. Use the promo code COMEDY. Link in the description. You'll be helping local businesses. These are local farmers. No extra drugs. No performance-enhancing stuff. No antibiotics. These are healthy meats that you're getting. Top of the line. JustMeatit.ca. Tell them we sent you by using the promo code COMEDY. The man who joins me right now and is putting his headphones in the correct place because he doesn't like the headphones we have in studio. He needs specific Sony headphones in order to be happy. It's Phil Baldabanos. Phil Baldabanos, who just released a new episode of Filling His Hole Sunday. If you didn't check it out, link in the description. Check that episode. He talks about getting vaccinated and how it means absolutely nothing to him. He still lives in fear. Okay?
I am become death.
Also, he's been working hard on other people's commercials and, things of the sort. Marketing strategies for people. So if you need him to help you take your business out of the gutter and make it, something that is palpable to the masses in a commercial, this is your guy. An award-winning filmmaker.
Award nominated.
I gave you an award. I said you're the best filmmaker in this goddamn studio. Number one.
Hope so.
Number one. No, for real. Phil's excellent. Go check out his work. Links are in the description. He'll make you look professional because he is just that. A goddamn professional. Hire Phil if he's got time for you, because the man is busy these days. And now, the pièce de résistance, the man bringing us the news all the way from the South Shore, who has an extended curfew, and he's bragging about it. Bearded, balded, George, just us dads, Chandrizos.
What's up, boys?
Oh, hello, G.
Hello, Georgie.
How's everything? How's it going?
Did you stay out late last night like a goddamn rebel?
A whole hour and a half more than you did.
Do you ever just drive to the edge of the shore and look over at the city locked down and laugh like a fucking supervillain? Like,
Pump his volume.
yes. You've been watching too much PJ Masks.
Everything okay?
Yeah. We're struggling with this fucking curfew though, dude. It's it's a pain in the ass.
Has it really changed much though? I mean, that hour and a half, really?
It does for me.
Has it changed much? I mean, it in general is the problem. It's not just the hour and a half. The fact that adults have curfews is the real issue. But of course, it changes stuff. You got to be home by 8 o'clock as an adult.
It's pretty sad.
That's crazy.
It's not even that. For me, it's getting to the studio to do episodes at night, or if I need to work late.
Yeah.
I don't have a full setup at home, and my house has become chaos because we're moving slowly. We're packing.
Didn't I give you a paper?
Yeah, but
are you moving? You found a place?
No.
Oh.
I still need to leave. I still need to vacate, though.
We have erected a couple of tents that he can select from.
Yeah, the homeless were nice. They said I can use the little tiny homes.
Where are you moving to, man?
I'm going back to the hood for a bit.
Hood.
You mean Codeneige?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you
No.
meant Park X.
No.
Okay, you're going over your parents?
I'm gonna kick my parents out and make them bunk up with my grandparents. I'm gonna take over the apartment for a bit.
Bill could come stay with me.
Bill's useful.
Move into the studio.
If it wasn't for the no bed, no running water, and the fact that the jiggers drop all the time, I would think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. We'll find something. I'm like, whatever. I want to say I'm not concerned, but I'm extremely concerned.
George, don't change the goddamn subject. What is happening with this fucking government and the curfew?
We're gonna get to that, but before let's just start with some positive stuff, some positive news.
Coronavirus positive?
There is some. I mean, one that I found. I looked hard for it, but no. Yesterday, Quebec Health Minister Christian Dubé, he announced that Quebec has officially passed
Unit 1 and 2.
2 million doses of that
What's
are
going on,
administered
George?
for the
You're
coronavirus.
right.
It's pretty cool. I
Hang
mean,
on a
over
second,
2 million
George.
people have
Poseidon.
gotten the vaccination. I mean, that's
The other
sort of
way.
news.
You're blasting my volume right now.
Yeah, he's doing it to the wrong guy. For
like,
the
what
record,
the
I'm asking Poseidon to increase the volume of my headphones, so he's increasing Phil's volume and staring at him.
I don't know which one is which.
There's numbers on them.
There are, but I don't know which headphones. We haven't numbered them.
The headphones?
The headphones,
Yes,
with
I
we
just
have
realized.
numbered them. They go with the mics.
Yeah, they're
We
the
had
same as
tested it
mine.
out last time.
We did?
Yeah.
What color is mine? Green.
But then how come when
So green is 2, lower 2.
Are you,
Let's see.
are you good?
I don't know. Nothing's happening. Yeah, it's getting better.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You just started increasing my volume. I thought my head was gonna explode.
Put mine all the way 0. Test it.
Hello,
Yeah,
one,
and
two,
put it all the
one.
way max.
Hello? No, but this is my headphones.
No, it's mine. You're because you're attached to the one, so you're getting mine as well. It's my headphones,
Ah, I see.
so you keep fucking with mine.
I never touched the volume.
We just watched you do
We
it.
just watched
No,
you
no,
do
no,
it, bro.
but-
This is what I deal with on a daily basis.
What do you
No,
mean?
no. Before this,
Oh,
before today,
yeah.
I mean, are you good now?
Put it max.
It could be George's input.
There we
Also,
go.
it could be a little
Is that
louder
good?
than
Much.
usual.
That's a bit much. Yeah,
That
Put
hurts
it
my
lower.
ears.
Put it lower.
This is getting weird.
Is this okay?
Okay, keep it there.
The morning show, technical difficulties.
They're not
every
technical
morning.
difficulties. The technical stuff is working fine. It's
I
the
mean,
idiot that's
look,
caused the difficulty.
What are you talking about, bro?
Technically, he has difficulties.
This
Yeah.
is the first time you asked me to increase the. I've never touched the volume knob.
Well, clearly, the last person that was sitting in this chair was not me, and adjustments were made.
I don't know what to tell you.
Well, did you produce 2 shows on Saturday
Yes,
in
but
this very room?
I didn't touch it.
I don't know, bro. We're gonna see.
I'm not blaming him. I only got mad because he's like, I never touched the volume. And he touched
While
it.
he's touching it, yeah, I felt like flipping the table.
No, before this instance, I
I
mean.
wouldn't flip this table. I assembled it. It wouldn't survive.
No, the table wouldn't. You're not. You know what? You're not the best builder, but you have like gumption.
I try, yeah.
Like, you really want to make it work. Sorry, sorry to
Hey,
block
George
you,
is
George.
here. What's
That's
up,
the
George?
beauty of coming to this type of show, George. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Go
no,
ahead.
it's yeah, it's all fine. Is everything good there, Poseidon? You got your knobs straightened out there?
George, you fixed
Yeah.
your lights
Sloppy knobbies.
while we were paying attention.
Yeah, a little too bright.
Yeah, it was a little.
Look good. You look good. I like the lighting there.
You don't look
All right.
tanned today. Last week you looked really tanned. I liked it.
Because the beard
No,
causing
it's
a
the lighting.
contrast.
It's because he should turn off the lights behind him. Make him
No,
look
it's because
sexier.
I usually have pillows to block the window, and I took one out, so there's a lot more
Did he say
ambient light
pillows?
coming in.
He said pillows. Look, I don't know what's going on in that room.
His kids are sleeping in the windowsill. Daddy, can we come down? No.
It's 50,
no.
50
Cállate.
Shades of George.
He's just swearing at his kids. Daddy, don't even speak no
Wait,
Spanish.
your kids are Spanish,
They're
like
Latinas.
Latino. Yeah, I keep thinking that your wife's Armenian. I don't know why.
Armenian.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
My
she-
wife is Colombian.
I know, I
looks
know,
kind
and
of
yet I
Armenian.
always think Armenian. You explain it to me, George.
I can't.
She doesn't even
Anyway.
look Armenian.
no,
Back
no,
to the
I
news
said
then.
there's no logic
so-
in my.
So we have over 2 million people that have been vaccinated, which is it's good news. It's 1 out of 4 Quebecers. Hopefully, we'll continue on this pace there because I am convinced that probably this is the only thing that's going to get us out of the hole.
The COVID hole, not the financial hole, right?
Yeah, the COVID hole, the financial hole. We're stuck in it for a few more decades.
Oh yeah.
But speaking of COVID, let me just do a little quick COVID update because there are, on a daily basis, stuff happens, things change. The government always comes out seeming surprised that they have to change things. So there are new rules now for outdoor mask wearing. The people living in both orange and red zones must always wear their masks outside
No,
during any
I refuse.
activity, even if it's only with one person from another
Like he
family.
muted me.
unless,
He muted
Here-
himself
here's
so
the
I could talk.
next- unless you're sitting down. If you're sitting down and it's within with more than 2 meters apart, you're fine. You can take out your mask. I just don't understand.
It's because when you're standing, the diaphragm, it's fully distended. Okay, so what it does is it perpetuates a series of cyclonic air vortices that project the virus into your asshole. That's why. And if you're sitting, your asshole's covered, so it's okay.
So wait, the rule now is, George, if you're sitting, mask off.
Science.
If you're standing, mask on.
Fuck it, mask off, yeah.
Yeah. You have to wear your mask outdoors if you're with at least one other person. I mean, if you're walking down the street, see, this is where it's unclear. If I'm walking down the street, do I need to wear a mask? Because chances are I will cross
Other
I will
people.
cross
So you
other
gotta just put it
individuals.
on fast and then take it off.
This is absurd, guys.
I'm not wearing a mask outside. I refuse.
I don't
Everything
know,
science
man.
says that it's not necessary.
I
No.
don't know. Honestly, I don't.
Give me a ticket. I don't care.
We
This
hit
is,
it.
this is coming from the same people that think the curfew is scientific. So
Legault said, it seemed as though the curfew, she's helping. I don't know what he meant.
the curfew, she's not helping. You're taking credit for a natural phenomenon.
Well, the natural phenomena is the opposite right now. Cases are going up. So,
I don't know if cases are going up because I saw the
last couple
statistics
of
of
days.
2020 versus now.
no, I don't mean from last year. I mean,
But I
in the
mean, last year
couple
at this
weeks.
time, we did not have a curfew. And the difference is mind-boggling in
Businesses
cases.
were still closed, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But there was no. I didn't say reopen. I said
no,
keep
I'm just saying.
keep your mask. I'm just saying no curfew.
No curfew, close some schools.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. So I mean,
Also,
look,
we're testing a lot
he,
more.
He did come out and say that
Still on
we
that.
shouldn't
Yeah, that's not doing
envision
what we're
any normalcy before June 24th.
It's a crazy, isn't that, George? The virus will go away on La Fête Nationale. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
look, that's the date that he's fixed as the deadline by which anyone who wishes could have the vaccine. I mean, does that mean that until then there will be no more lifting of any restrictions? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. Maybe he's closing the door and saying, "Look, we said June 24th. Until then, fuck off. Nothing's happening. Everyone is staying home. Curfew's in place." But I mean, see, this is what we were saying last time. Why not just come out a year ago and say, "Guys, for 2 months, nothing is happening. You're
Because-
staying home." You know
yeah,
what I
because
mean?
they don't know what's going on. They don't know what they're doing. But I said this on Two Drink Minimum yesterday, George, and I'll say it again to you. Legault seems to be forgetting that one day this reality won't be the reality. One day he's not going to be premier. One day he's going to be in the streets. One day he's going to have to face the public, okay? And now people are killing themselves. Depression is up. People have lost their... There's a lot going on. He's acting like, well, there's no repercussions. He's not always going to be there. He's going to have to face the public at some point. And he has ruined and is going to keep ruining someone's life, the wrong fucking person, and it's not going to end well. There's repercussions. There's repercussions for this.
I don't know if
I
I
think
agree
that's a
with
little exaggerated.
You
there,
think it's
but,
people get offed for less?
No, I agree with you there. But at the same time, look, he's doing a shit job. But at the same time, I don't think I'd be happy if he came on and said, "Look, guys, I don't know what the fuck we're doing anymore because we don't know."
Dude, crazy
if he
people.
had just said that, I'd be
Crazy
okay
people
with it.
have tried to assassinate. Like, let's say John Lennon when he got assassinated by a fan that like loved it. Like, crazy people do crazy shit. Imagine angry people. Imagine someone whose sister committed suicide because of this, because she couldn't say. You know, like there's so many things, but it's like it doesn't matter. Like the casualties don't matter.
But you can make that argument for anything.
Explain.
yeah.
I mean, even if he had done all the right things and
Yeah.
all the right things were locking us down and isolating us,
Yeah.
and people killed themselves because of it.
Correct, but this is a position that he's taking with the curfew that is unscientific, and that his own Dr. Ruda said it's unscientific, and they're doing it because they can.
The thing
That's
about
the difference.
I don't know if that's true anymore.
What's
I
true?
think they just don't. They want to look like they're doing something, not because they can.
Again, not scientific.
No, agreed.
So just wanting to do something.
Here's the one thing.
And he said he's taking full responsibility for whatever happens. So what does that mean, full responsibility?
I take a bit of, honestly, a bit of respect for that. Where he's like, if you're mad at anyone, be mad at me.
Okay, but what does that mean?
What
Just
does
to
that
be
mean?
mad
It
at
means
you?
nothing.
Can I come after you legally, financially? What does full responsibility mean?
Don't re-elect me. That's what it means
No,
in this kind of
that's
system.
George. Come on, man. You got to admit this is crazy.
Why are you counter-arguing George when I said it?
Because he's the one who knows about politics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
read
look, I
yesterday that-
think it's
Oh,
it's much more of a leadership thing to come out and say, "Look, guys, blame me. I'm in charge." Blah blah blah. People look at
Canada.
him as the grand leader who accepts faults and takes responsibility. I don't think it means anything more than that. But yeah, there are cycles out there, and I mean, I don't know if you guys remember in 2014 when the PQ won the election, first female prime minister, Pauline Marois.
They tried to kill her.
Yeah, but remember that fucking guy at Metropolis?
Yeah, she goes to deliver her speech. Not even 5 minutes later, the security on stage taking her out. Some guy walked in. I think one of the guards died.
And I was thinking about that's what I mean. Like this guy, and she hadn't done anything yet. She had just gone elected. So for all we know, Legault's decisions could have negatively affected, could have destroyed some families. We don't know. You know, for
I mean, let's not suggest that these things will happen.
I never
think,
suggested that. I'm saying it could happen because it's George. I'm not telling people to go out and do it, George. What the hell are you talking
An
about?
asteroid could hit
Yeah,
us
I don't want it
tomorrow.
to happen. I'm prefacing this with I don't want it to happen, but the reality is that people do crazy shit, have done crazier shit for less.
True.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
fact that
it's
he
true.
put his $5 million mansion on sale during all this.
Yeah, that's what I'm
doesn't
saying. There's
help
little
his case.
things. So someone who lost everything, everything's getting affected. You might be like, you know what? Fuck that shit.
Honestly, my opinion of Francois Legault is pre-pandemic. Seemed like a bit of a putz, but I'd love to have a beer with him, you know?
I'd like to know what he's thinking. Yeah.
Like, he seems like he'd be a fun guy to hang out with, honestly.
I don't know about that because he's gonna try to make out with his sister, but he's.
Yeah, he's unpredictable. It's fun. You never know what's going to happen.
But I would like to have a conversation with him just to see what the fuck he's thinking right
He
now.
seems like Uncle Frank who shows up to the barbecue, drinks too much, and he's like, check out what my dick can do to the kids, you know? Hey, look, it spins a helicopter.
Yeah. But George, no, I'm not suggesting people do that. Are you fucked? I don't want
Fucking
anyone to
Uncle
get
Frank.
hurt. Like, I'm just saying.
No, of course not.
It's. I've seen this happen for less.
I just feel like everyone is reaching that point where they just can't anymore, and it to me personally, it's surprising that we actually made it this far. I honestly was convinced that by Christmas or whatever last year we'd be done with this stuff, you know.
What do you mean?
But
Like,
look,
done
I
with
mean,
it in what sense?
I don't know. Maybe it's. I just thought that this is just quick little thing. It's gonna pass. Don't worry about it. You know, we're gonna.
Oh, you lied to yourself. Okay, cool.
So, but at the same time, I mean, look, we're not the only ones in this, right? I mean, it's psychotic everywhere. So
But nobody else has a curfew, George.
Yeah, that's the thing.
No, yeah, that's well.
It's this side of the
not
Atlantic.
everywhere.
This side of the
there are
Atlantic.
places where I think Greece has a curfew too, or you need a special permission to leave. You need to be given the okay. Like I don't know. I mean, we don't follow what's happening in every single city or country out there. But I doubt Quebec is probably the only one with a curfew.
In Canada, it is. Right?
Would you say
It is
In
North
Canada-
America.
In North America, it is.
Probably in North America? You're
You
right.
know what I can't understand? How Ontario is like drowning in COVID and Florida seems to be okay. Like, I
Yeah.
can't account for that. I don't understand it.
Well, there's something that we should
Florida, okay?
address. That we should address, George. That I spoke about on another podcast. That I think is important. That I never thought about. So when you look at the numbers that we have here in critical care, and that's the strain on us, that shows that what the nurses and doctors have been telling us for years and we neglected them is 100% true. Because when we're talking about like, holy shit, we got 20 patients in here, we can't handle this. When we're a province of 8 million people and our big metropolis, certain hospitals, if they have less than 100 people in intensive and we don't have the nurses, then we fucked over.
up a long
We
time
fucked
ago.
over the health system and we overburdened these nurses. It's our fault as a community. I'm saying like Quebec didn't take care of it because they've been bitching about this for years. And now that shit hit the fan when we're like, yeah, there's 250 people in intensive care. I don't even, it was less than that. I'm just putting a big number so it sounds, it's just, what do you mean? We can't handle, if we can't handle that, then what's our healthcare system doing? Why don't we listen to these people? For years, they've been telling us they need more people, they need more funding.
Yeah.
And now 20 people are going to overburden them.
It's not necessarily the funding because I mean the health department gets a little over half of the provincial budget, so most of the budget goes
It's
to the health.
mismanagement.
Yeah, it's
But
mismanagement,
it's
or maybe they need more. I don't know what it is, but clearly, dude,
It's the human resources. People, they're disengaged. They
142.
don't want, like, look what happened early this year or late last year. How many nurses left to go to the private sector? Less stress, less hours, better pay. These are the consequences of the system that we have in place, right? And it's not necessarily the fact that you have 200 people in intensive care unit that everything crumbles and falls. It's because suddenly they do have the numbers. It's just that
they don't have the numbers.
They're assigned elsewhere. The problem is that if it reaches a certain point, it means that you need to take the medical staff away from, for example, the unit that the surgery unit, all the other units that are functioning that are different from whatever's happening with respect to COVID, and you have to assign them to the COVID department. That is the main issue. And what's happening now in Quebec, I was reading there's it's called délestage. Délestage basically means that you push back your operations. Everything else that is unrelated to COVID has to go to the back of the line because that medical personnel has to be assigned to COVID. So I think the people are there. Of course, there could be more. It's just that when you look at the departments that are in place, the people that are assigned to the department, to the COVID ward, aren't enough. So it means that the critical decision that must be taken is which department do we need to close down now? And that is critical.
There are departments at the hospitals that have been closed for over a year now. Like when my asthma kicked in, because I'd never had this issue before.
His doctor called him a nerd.
I asked him, I go, can I do an asthma test? Like, I don't want to just take fucking inhaled steroids because just in case, like, I'd rather just do the spirometry test. He goes, that's all shut down. I go, for how long? He goes, until COVID's gone.
This is at the Jewish, right?
Yeah.
So I think in Montreal, not all hospitals are COVID centers. If you have COVID, you have to go to one of the 3 specific ones.
Yeah.
The Jewish is one of them. I think downtown, where's
all spirometry is shut down. Like, you can't do it like an asthma test or a breathing test.
one of the non-COVID hospitals.
At any of them, because basically what you're doing is
You're breathing.
blowing, and they're like, yeah, just in case, because it aerosolizes when it goes in, right?
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah.
So, like, it's annoying. I mean, sure, okay. not really not dire straits. It's like allergic asthma. It's not gonna change anyone's life to wait a bit. Like I can take the fucking pump, but
For
still,
you, but there's other surgeries.
but
I've
there's
seen
other things
people
that are more important that are waiting.
Yeah, I saw people who went to the States to get stuff done before the new year because it wasn't happening here.
Yeah.
And good thing, because then now they got a message like, hey, we can pencil you in May. So yeah, well, the guy would have been dead if I waited till May. And the only reason is because the hospital, it's not the hospital's fault, is that they can't. They're like, well, look, everyone's focusing on this. We've been telling you we're understaffed since forever. Now shit hit the fan. What do you think? We're still understaffed, even more so, because people, there could be vacations, people get sick, all that. So this is like a boy who cried wolf situation, kind of, except that the government.
The wolf was real.
No, the government was kind of the boy yelling the other way, like, no, you can handle it, type of shit. Because they've been saying dude, I've been hearing this argument for years, and not just on TV, but from nurses that I know. They're like, yeah, it's, and this was back before COVID. Like, yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude. One wrong thing, and we're understaffed, and then we're scrambling, and then we're tired. Mistakes are made. Imagine now with just some people go in, dude. They barely have symptoms, but because they know they have COVID, they fucking panic. And then they're in there, it all takes away.
I mean, it's scary if you test positive.
The infrastructure is old. The system that it functions with, it's old. Like, you need a huge reform, and it takes years to change these things. The other day, I called one of my aunts called, and she gets services at home from what's it called?
The CLSC.
Soins à domicile.
CLSC, sorry.
Yeah.
So a woman comes by to bathe her because she's not very mobile, and she hasn't gone like 2 weeks.
Okay.
So she goes, "Can you find out what's going on, whatever?" So I call the CLSC in Park Extension, and obviously
my former CLSC, very efficient, well managed. Go on.
I don't speak to anyone. I leave a message, but in the message that they leave, like in the, please leave us a message, blah, blah, blah. If you need anything, our fax number is 514, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the hell? A fax number? So
let me answer that question, George. So everything that goes through the CLSC Soins à domicile program, because most of it is requests from the auxiliaire familial, a doctor or a pharmacy, they're still using the fax system. This was, I left 6 years ago, but...
An email simpler.
There's something about fax that the government thinks is really awesome. I'm not sure what it is. But all requests have to be faxed. Go on.
You need a request, send in a fax. Who the hell has a fax machine?
I never had a fax
machine.
machine.
You can fax from your email now. You just put the number in, it'll fax it. It'll
really?
email it to the fax machine, yeah.
No, but do you understand how...
No, I understand how ridiculous it is. I'm just saying.
So it just goes to show you that it's not only...
George, when I started working at the CLSC, they're like, okay, this is your tasks, whatever. Go to the fax room. I'm like, well, I guess just call the fax room, whatever. Like, send out these faxes. I get there, I'm like, fuck, I don't know how a fax machine works. I've never had to use one because it's not 1978. Like, what am I supposed to do with this thing? Someone had to teach me in like, I don't remember what year it was, like 2010. I was like, why are we still using this? We have email. They're like, fax is more efficient. I'm like, how is it more efficient?
And they're like, I'll tell you, because it's way quicker than this rotary phone we have.
You know why they have it probably, because there's a bunch of unionized positions whose job it is to sort through faxes.
And fix fax machines,
Not fix, just put the papers in the fucking, I used to do, stampy, stamp.
Ugh, fuck.
Yeah, so you understand how backwards this whole thing works, right?
Unions are the worst.
But
thank you for that.
Bro, socialism, such a good word, such a bad fucking system, bro.
It's a party.
Yeah. But just to finish on the vaccination, I was watching yesterday the news, and there was the Montreal health director, Mylène Drouin, that was given an interview, and she said, and this is where it's a little confusing because I don't know how she's the one that can take that decision, but she said that vaccination will probably soon be open to the general public. I mean, much sooner than later.
Well, they opened it up today to anyone with a pre-existing condition.
Sorry?
Anyone who has any pre-existing condition or chronic condition that's on that list, no matter how old you are, you can go now.
Yeah, but
even if you got like the hypertension.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about people like you and me that, or not you, but like Pantelis and myself. I just want to go get the vaccine, and we can just walk in and get it, kind of thing, right?
I don't want to get the vaccine.
Of course. So she insinuated that there's an increase in variant cases, although it's very slowly increasing in Montreal, and that there could be the possibility of allowing the general public to be vaccinated sooner than later. There are currently apparently ministerial discussions that are taking place to this effect. But I mean, look, obviously there are certain priority groups that will go first. But what is being analyzed right now is to perhaps not continue going down the age groups like we're doing right now, but rather to consider vaccinating the younger populations, like the students, for example. So she has suggested like we switch up the strategy instead of coming down like we are. How about we just open it up and have the younger people just go in at the same time and move upward?
Shouldn't you vaccinate the teachers first?
Well, they fall into that group that are a priority group, so they're going to go first. In any case, look, whatever happens, I mean, she says that we're weeks away from that even becoming a reality. Since right now, there's still a focus on vaccinating more people considered essential workers, like for example, teachers and all that sort of thing. So we're weeks away, but that would be interesting. I mean, rather than coming down the age group, why not go where it's mostly affected? It seems as though the variant cases are affecting a lot of the student population. So how about we attack that age group as well?
They can't vaccinate students yet. They haven't run the fucking what are they called?
The students?
When they test the vaccine.
All the trials?
They haven't done trials on kids that age yet. They just started them.
Yeah, I'm not. As I am a very
Are you
youthful
talking about
man.
high school?
Yeah, even high school. Anyone under 18, they haven't run any trials. I mean, they've just started. There's no results yet. Okay. So we can't just start vaccinating the kids. We don't know long term if it'll fuck with them.
Which one was it yesterday that also caused blood clots?
The Johnson.
Well,
Johnson.
It was the first case of thrombosis here in Canada.
That's
it happened
AstraZeneca.
in Quebec. It was AstraZeneca. So again, that also was announced yesterday. We have our first case over here.
But we knew this was going to happen. Well, we didn't know that this exactly was going to happen. I'm not a scientist.
They were expecting it. It's obviously a woman because apparently most of these cases are women for some strange reason.
Okay, I thought the way you said it, I thought you meant like it's obviously a woman complaining about blood clots. All right, lady, your husband died. Jeez.
My brain not work.
It was a woman, but because most of these cases are women, it happens to women.
Really?
Even
obviously,
with COVID,
I
the
mean,
clotting
they were
is
expecting
primarily
it.
for women.
Really?
I mean, look, it's not hard to believe that a vaccine that triggers the same immune response as the virus that causes clots can also cause clots.
True.
I mean, it's your body doing it.
But why is it mostly the women?
I'm not sure. I wonder if it has anything to do with birth control.
We got to protect our ladies.
Because a lot of women get like DVTs from birth control. It happens. I know someone it happened to actually.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw a TikTok video of a girl who's like 30. She says, I've been taking birth control for 10 years. I just stopped it like a few months ago. And she's super healthy. And she goes, her mental state got better. She goes, it was fucking her up.
Yeah, but it can also cause deep vein thrombosis.
Wow.
Crazy.
What is birth control? God damn.
I mean, you know what doesn't cause deep vein thrombosis?
Haven't most of these cases, haven't they happened to women that are over 60?
Yeah, maybe you're right. I'm not
Yo,
sure.
you want one of my aunts, I think they all got it, but one of my aunts who got the double doses, who got vaccinated or whatever.
Double?
And now the whole family was tested positive for COVID, and she got COVID.
Is she sick?
Not really. I think nothing.
I mean, that's the point of the vaccine. You can still catch it. You just don't get sick.
Yeah, but she I don't know if she's sick or whatever, but she's not. No one is really, like, they have little symptoms like the flu, but nothing crazy. But it's just funny because it's like, now I got it, now I'm free. And then 3 days later, it's like, yeah, you got COVID. Like, son of a bitch.
I mean,
by the way, just a little like side note. Speaking of like contraceptives and shit, most women won't even have to take it anymore, the birth control, because there's a new condom called the Galactic Cap.
well, George, we're going to take a small break because I'm curious now. I want to know what
The
this
Galactic Cap. Yo, but I understand condoms. Like, do people not know how to use condoms?
So no, it's just men don't really want to use them.
Women don't like them either.
Yeah.
Women like it.
But there's something called the Galactic Cap. It's basically like it looks like a bit like a Band-Aid.
I don't mind
I'm
condoms.
curious. Isn't Galactic Cap when Captain America got the powers of Galactic
There,
from
it looks
Silver
like
Surfer?
this.
Yeah.
It looks like this. If people can Google it also. It looks like that, and basically it's like tape. You peel off the adhesive side,
Adhesive side?
and you that little point in the middle goes
Adhesive.
over your pee hole,
Okay.
and then it sticks like a Band-Aid a bit.
Okay.
Okay, again, I'm going to say this. This seems way more complicated than just getting one of
But
those
wait.
super smooth Trojan skin condoms. That's,
No.
You know, the elite
it's
ones? That's
super
the ones I
simple.
like.
I saw a video of it. That sounded very wrong.
I saw a video of a man putting a band on his penis.
No.
Mommy, I have a boo-boo.
No, it was a woman trying it out on her water bottle
My
on
My
TikTok.
brother filmed himself and sent it to me.
Yeah.
No, it was on TikTok. It was a woman that was trying it out for educational purposes on a water bottle, and it worked very well.
On OnlyFans.
Goddamn, why you guys?
Water bottle.
So wait. If that thing blocks your pee hole,
Where's the semen go?
Cum shoots back in.
No, it's a little spot. No, and it extends. It fills up with cum, and it like a bubble when you cum. And it
You
doesn't-
mean like a condom?
yes? But the thing
But
is,
it's
it
a
only,
condom only for the hole.
This
seems
is so dumb.
No, but it only goes over your head, so you still feel the sensations of raw sex.
Okay, well, no, because
With
your
the-
head is covered. Your head is
It's
the most
covered
sensitive
with
part.
an adhesive.
Yeah. Your head is the most sensitive
Not
part.
all of it, but still not compared to a condom.
Anyways,
What kind of
hold
condom?
on-
I'm just
hold that
curious.
thought,
What kind?
okay.
Because the way you make it sound, what kind of condoms do you use? Do you use like
He
thick,
uses this. He just puts
thick
this
fur
on.
bags over your dick? Like there's super thin, like
yeah, I get the super thin ones.
George, look at George dying.
yeah. But the way he makes it sounds like he's putting a potato sack over his dick. It's like you can't feel what's going on. And it's like
No,
what-
no, you can feel, but
He just peels a mango and sticks it in.
it's still not as good as raw.
potato sack.
Why does he keep saying raw?
He likes saying raw.
No,
Raw dog.
Yeah. Well, that's what because that's how he.
Disgusting. It's a morning show.
Well, that's how he initiates him and his boyfriend. They go rawr.
Shit.
Yo, do we have any super chats?
Shit. Nah, I don't see
yes,
any.
we have Xavier fried chicken and watermelon.
That's his what?
That seems slightly racist, but cool.
That's what he wrote.
By the way, how is that? This is another thing. How
$2.
is that a racial trope? Fried chicken and watermelon. I've wondered that now.
Have you ever been
Who-
to the Deep South?
No, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying because it's they say black people they love fried chicken and watermelon. Who the fuck do you know that doesn't love fried chicken or watermelon?
Seriously,
That's true.
I love fried chicken
I'm
and
not a big
watermelon.
fan of fried chicken, to be honest with
What?
Excuse me?
What?
Why?
you. I don't know, man.
You're uninvited to the cookout.
Yeah, bro.
You don't
Fried
get to
chicken. You don't like
initiate a cookout, whitey.
fucking fried chicken's delicious, bro.
Fried
Look, I didn't say I
chicken?
don't eat it. I'll fucking eat it. Look at me. Look what I look like.
Yeah, you're pretty gross.
I'm just saying it's a weird thing to like oh look at what they do. Who isn't eat? That's like saying oh look at them, they like to have sex. Yeah, so is the majority of the planet. Yeah, like how is
guess,
that a stereotype for one
It's
specific?
pretty interesting, right?
Yeah,
I assume it's because fried chicken is a southern delicacy, like it's
delicious.
deliciosis, and the South has many black folk. Like I don't know.
Some stereotypes are funny. I guess the funny one, but it
It's
doesn't
a
make
little funny because it
but
doesn't hurt anyone.
it doesn't hurt anyone, but it doesn't make any sense because everyone likes that.
Anytime I've ever asked a black person about that stereotype, they've said exactly what you did. Who doesn't like fried chicken and watermelon?
Goddamn
I'm like,
right,
you're
yeah.
right. You're right. You're absolutely
Who
right.
the fuck doesn't?
I agree with him.
When I was in Tennessee, I had some fried chicken.
Really?
Actually, no, not in Tennessee. In Florida, I had a lot of fried chicken.
I had chicken and waffles in Connecticut.
Connecticut. That's not a
Yeah.
good place to have it. Chicken. You never had chicken and
Yeah.
waffles?
I've never
No.
had
Never
that
had
either.
grits, bro.
What are you eating all day? Fucking tapas
Chicken
and
waffle.
gazpacho?
What the?
But this guy never really goes south of the border. Like I mean to the states.
Oh, I thought you meant like sexually.
Oh, no. George.
Jorge.
I've never had waffle and chicken also. It's chicken and
I've
waffle.
never. That would be the funniest thing. He goes to one of these places and they ask
I
like,
will have
"You
your
want chicken
fun."
and waffles?" I will have your waffle and chicken.
You're a single waffle and a chicken.
I would just like one, please.
Chicken
A
and
waffle.
waffle, sorry.
Waffle and chickens.
Yes, waffle and
Look,
chicken.
I didn't wake up well today.
How did you wake up? Sideways.
Well,
Turbulent.
Why? Somebody was shaking you out of bed?
No, just
Réveille-toi, clown. Like what happened?
clown.
I like that word, clown.
Clown. Yeah, it's a good word.
So,
I love the Greek word for clown. Clown.
oh yeah, I was like, what? There's no other word.
It's just dumb.
Quieto, clown.
Same word.
Same word. Yeah, it's from French. It comes into Greek from French.
So George, we're sorry to disturb you with his condoms.
No, hold on. George never had fucking chicken and waffles. That's crazy.
Well, where's he gonna have chicken and waffles here?
Anywhere at home. My wife makes it all the time.
Oh, that's what you mean. Oh, yeah, you can make anything. People make pizza at home. It's not real pizza. You garbage.
What are you eating at home? Arepas.
No, we eat like normal food. I don't know.
Arepas is normal.
Wait, hold
food.
on. How the fuck is chicken not normal food?
Yeah.
No, but chicken with waffles.
Have you made your
Have
wife
you ever had
abandon
waffles?
her
Hold on.
identity and just cook
I've
Greek
had
food for you all the
waffles.
time?
You've had waffles, right? You've had chicken?
Yeah.
Put them together,
baby.
Okay. Like
Look at
a
him,
like
he's
a chicken
disgusted.
pita wrapped with a waffle.
No.
kind
You
of-
don't
Yeah,
wrap
no,
it.
no,
You don't
no,
wrap it.
it's
It's on
on
the
top.
plate. You could even put syrup and stuff.
Syrup. It's pronounced syrup.
Syrup,
when you do
yeah,
it with
that's
chicken and
true.
waffles. Look at him. Look at him. He's freaking out. Look, the chicken when it's deep fried, it's super salty. The sugar. George, you gotta try it one time.
Sure, I'll tell you one thing. When I had eaten it in Connecticut, I felt guilty for the fatness, but my mouth was thanking me.
Look, I tell you how Anna makes it. No fatness. It's not actually fried.
So you have a waffle, you put a chicken on top, and then you put syrup everywhere.
You don't have to put the syrup.
Well,
but
also,
that's
you get
disgusting.
good waffles.
They're putting
and-
honey on it. Ew.
Oh, yeah, you could put honey
That's
on
not
it.
right.
Too. No, you could.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, George.
Oh,
I'm hungry. And I want chicken and waffles for dinner.
I can't eat chicken and waffles now. You know, I gotta watch the figure. Summer's coming, and
figura.
I can't wear a bikini right now, so I gotta be careful.
My summer bod, I think, died a long time ago. It's just this bod now.
My summer body is someone else's nightmare body.
I was mid-yawn. Why'd you do that to me?
Stop yawning.
didn't wake up.
Now you're making everyone watching yawn.
We'll throw a pool party, man, this summer, man. If ever we're
COVID
still stuck.
friendly?
You have a
Close
pool that you refuse to open, George.
You have a pool?
Well, it was broken, and actually, we're speaking of pool. I have the guys fixing it now. I didn't open it last year, and we're fixing it this. So this
have a
year
pool
we're gonna have
professional there?
I never had a pool because I don't live amongst the elites, George.
Yeah.
No, it's not elite. The pool was there when we bought the house. So.
Oh, sorry.
George is
Yeah.
high society.
George is very high society.
Yeah.
He
We have a
smokes
pool.
up and just talks about society.
No, man. The government just doesn't understand, man.
Dude, I know what you're saying, bro.
But what if the virus is nocturnal?
Yeah. So yeah, we'll do a little pool party, man. Maybe you'll bring a bunch of a couple buckets of fried chicken.
Barbecue.
I would do that.
Barbecue also.
See, now he had a perfect opportunity to make the cookout joke, and he missed it.
Oh, him? No, he started thinking about food. He took it seriously. He's like, barbecue.
Barbecue.
Yo,
Bro,
I'll
coming,
get chicken
bro.
right now, bro.
Steaks, pork chops,
He's just listing out foods that he likes.
sausages,
He's now
barbecue chicken.
He's now past that level, and he's just naming things he likes to eat.
Now I'm curious. George, have you had crepes, like salty crepes, not breakfast crepes?
Yeah. I prefer salty crepes.
Of course you do.
Yeah, you know what? I'm iffy on the crepes. I might be iffy on the crepes. I don't know. I always felt like crepes was a morning dessert, so it should be sweet.
You never had crepes in Greece? Like how they do them on the street?
Yeah,
I love that.
with the meats inside and stuff.
Meats and tirofteria and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
You
it's
gotta
good.
go salty on those, man.
Yeah, you have that in the middle of the night and you have fucking diarrhea for breakfast.
Ham, cheese, bacon,
Yeah.
olives.
Zabon.
Yeah.
Anyways, George, what other news do we got that's not COVID related?
Let's
Or
go
food,
over
'cause
to
I'm
the
starving.
federal. There are some developments because we've spoken about this on other episodes. There was an announcement made yesterday by Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister, Marc Garneau. He announced that Canada was canceling the permits for high-tech arms exports to Turkey.
I thought they did that already.
Well, just as a reminder, I mean, after there was evidence that surfaced that Canadian drone technology was found in shot down drones during the conflict in Nagorno-Karabakh between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Canada suspended the exports permits to further investigate. Just a small parenthesis over here, because those permits shouldn't have even existed to begin with, since Canada was already supposed to have an arms embargo with Turkey following NATO recommendations. So for some reason, there were exemptions made for that sort of technology to be exported. So following the investigation, Canadian authorities found evidence that the technology was diverted to Azerbaijan without Canada's consent, as if you didn't know that was going to happen. Like, I mean, how can you trust a country like Turkey not transferring that technology elsewhere?
Yeah, we knew what they were gonna do.
Sketchy.
Yeah,
tricks.
of course. So the minister said that both parties now need to kind of, quote, initiate dialogue to rebuild mutual confidence and greater cooperation before any permits be issued again.
Mhm.
Of course, Turkey and Canada are NATO allies, and any applications related to the alliance will be assessed on a case-by-case basis, end quote. So I think it comes too late. I've already said it on the show. I think Canada has blood on its hands. I mean, hundreds of people died in that conflict because of these drones. I think it's too little too late, but anyways, whatever. I mean, I'm still happy that they're doing this. I don't know how long they're going to maintain this, and I don't know how soon the whole excuse of the NATO alliance will kick in before Canada starts shipping things again to Turkey and to that region. But I mean, I don't know. I guess it's good news. Our Armenian friends were happy. I don't see. I mean, it's fine going forward, but again, I mean, the damage has already been done. They shouldn't have been exporting that stuff to begin with. So
It's almost like Trudeau doesn't care about human casualties.
That is a very beige sweater, Poseidon.
Is that beige?
It's a long sleeve shirt.
What the fuck does that have to do with it? Whoa, that hurt my head. That's a very beige
That is
sweater.
a very
This is
beige-
a long sleeve shirt. It's one of the long sleeve
Because
beiges.
he didn't say beige long sleeve shirt. He just said beige shirt.
George, please continue. He just sorry, he caught me off guard because he's wearing like a shirt that's skin tight and the same color as him.
It's not the same color.
Everyone needs the D, even you.
You're tripping.
The vitamin D. George, what else you got? That was boring.
I just thought I'd bring it up because we had spoken about this. So I think it's just interesting that finally Canada woke up and said, we're canceling all exports. But again, I mean, what's the point now, right? Okay, let's move on over to Montreal.
That's what it is.
I think
He's
everyone
off.
pretty much followed the
Riots.
developments last Sunday. After the curfew in Montreal rolled back to 8 p.m., some morons decided to organize a demonstration against the measures.
George, you choose your next words carefully. I will tell you why. A bunch of morons did destroy things. But I believe in protesting, and I believe in protesting the curfew. I just don't believe in destroying public property.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to correct to correctly identify these things. So anyways, it quickly escalated. The riot police was called into action, and a huge number of businesses in the Old Port and specifically along Notre Dame Street, they were vandalized. I mean, look, and again, to what you were saying, Pantelis, I can understand people's frustration. I just don't think that the logical equivalent reaction is to destroy the city. I don't understand it.
It's not. You're 100% right. And the kids that were doing it were, a lot of them weren't, or most of them, I don't know now what they figured out because there's videos everywhere, weren't even there because they gave a shit about riots and protesting. They just wanted to break shit and loot. Because someone was telling me yesterday who was down there, he goes, dude, it was like thousands of people. There was like 3,000 people, he goes, and 30 people were breaking shit. And we stopped talking about the 3,000 people. We started talking about the 30 kids.
I don't know if there was only 30, man. I think there were way more than that.
It could have been 50.
Could have been 100. It doesn't.
What really pissed me off about the entire thing was Radio-Canada reporting live, saying dizaines de personnes. That is not tens of people.
Oh no, that's a big lie. Yeah,
that is crazy. That alone pissed me off.
Wait, tens of people breaking stuff, or
tens of people present at the protest.
No.
Because I was watching it live before. I was watching it live before the fire started.
Yeah.
What a fucking fire, though. That was a big fucking fire.
Yeah.
Like they really got it going.
The other frustrating thing, because I was following on social media.
It's also a lot of young Arab kids. That's the other thing I don't understand.
I told you, no one wants the North Africans doing stuff.
Like, I don't understand. No one else was against this protest. Like against the curfew.
If you look at the videos,
there were a bunch of different people. It wasn't only Arabs. I mean,
no. I said like if you look at the videos, it's all a bunch of young Arab kids.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't put them all in the same boat. They were specifically Maghrebis.
I don't know.
Specific.
I'm just saying who was in the videos. That's what I'm saying.
Moroccan.
I don't know. I mean, I was
Moroccans.
following it on social media, and there were a surprisingly large amount of people that came in from Ontario to quote unquote cover the events happening. All these right-wing journalists. There was one from Alberta that came all the way to Montreal.
Wait, why are you laughing, George? Journalists aren't supposed to cover news?
Yeah, of course they are. But when you're hiding behind your title as a journalist, and in your messages you're like, "Long live the revolution! We support the uprising." What the
uprising?
Fuck are you talking about?
You know what's sad? This wasn't an uprising. This was a bunch of kids pissed off that they can't hang out in parks and get blowjobs.
Yeah, that's what sucks. Is
If it was a real protest, I would have been like, okay.
This is the thing. They're even if it's just because they want to sit at parks, and they're still right. This is crazy. They're still right.
They're right for the wrong reasons.
They're right for the right reasons, but the method they used. So I learned something. Like my mom used to tell me this when I was growing up. Even if you're correct, right? If you do the wrong thing, like let's say you're in an argument and you're right, you're 100% right, but you start yelling and name calling and this and that, you're gonna look wrong, even if you're right. And that's what happened here. So even if the kids are like, look, man, I just want to go out and get blown in the park. It's a dumb reason, but you're still right. You should be allowed to, as a citizen, you should be allowed to do that after 8 o'clock. That's up to you. It's your God-given right to get blown in the park.
Yeah.
But when you start smashing cars, stealing city buses, breaking into stores, private property. Yeah, they stole city bus.
That's pretty hilarious.
Then you lose the right. Like you're no longer right in this situation because you act like a buffoon. That's what happened. That's why I was surprised there was a lot of young kids.
You're hindering to the movement, right? I mean, when you're there peacefully demonstrating, you can get your message across. And I've seen tons of demonstrations that actually were very effective. And I've seen way too many demonstrations that led to violence and to abuse and all that stuff. And it's just automatically the discussions ended, like the doors closed.
You know what the
So, like,
only right protest here is, George? If you're actually mad about the protest, not about coronavirus, you can't protest the virus. That's stupid. But if you're actually just mad about the curfew, all we all need to do is start going for 8 p.m. walks. All of us. That's it.
That's what I said yesterday.
We shouldn't gather. We shouldn't protest. We should just, in protest, go for a walk at 8 o'clock.
I can't
They
remember.
can't stop
We need
all
the
of us.
cops on our side, though. We need the cops to be like, we're not enforcing the 8
Walk
p.m.
with
thing.
us.
Yeah.
Walk with us.
Yeah. As long as no one's doing something crazy, not licking handrails and shit,
Yeah.
we're not enforcing anything.
It's crazy. And if you look at the
you
kids
can-
that were interviewed,
there's ways to do it peacefully, but like Pantelis was saying, among these peaceful demonstrations, you always have this group of fucking ridiculous idiots that they're just there to break shit. They're not
Yeah.
there. They're not associated to anyone. They're not affiliated to any group. They just take advantage of.
like that
you know,
tubby guy who threw that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, that's what's frustrating, because when I was talking to you about
Tubby
these journalists, the guy put that exact same video that you put up there with a guy spinning and throwing that sign into the store.
Yeah, that
and
tubby guy. Yeah, him.
Yeah. And he's like, trust me, people, my experience in journalism has demonstrated that these people are paid by the cops. What are you talking
No,
about?
those were look.
How are you
No,
a journalist?
hold on.
Look. There are
Agent provocateur is a real thing.
yeah,
They
that's a
exist.
real thing. But in this case, I saw the videos. These were children.
Yeah.
And another thing, I'm gonna tell you kids another thing. If there are any of you youngins watching,
Close up on him right now.
the other thing you have to remember is you and your dumb friends are taping each other. You're filming yourselves, and and we could still see who you are when your mask is here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have your hair, and it's your buddy's social media, and they're tagging you in it. So
That's true.
you're gonna get in trouble. Don't do this. I don't want you to get in trouble. I am with you. The curfew is completely stupid. But for the guy who owns a business doesn't deserve to get his windows broken in. The guy who has his car there, they don't deserve that kind of stuff. And also, you make the argument for lifting the curfew look bad. You make it seem like the only people that want the curfew gone are anarchists and people that want to destroy things. But again, for your own safety, they're going to get pissed and they're going to start investigating. And you literally have your names, you're tagging yourselves, you're calling each other by name. You're calling each other by, hey, Mo, and they're breaking stuff. It's like, stop saying his fucking name, bro. Like, it's so obvious.
Hey, Ernesto
Yeah.
Castillo.
Like
Son of John.
I'm trying to help you. You're gonna get caught. Just don't break shit. Go out there, protest. That's fucking fine. I'm gonna join one of these fucking protests if we're protesting. But don't fucking break shit. And don't film yourself when you're doing illegal
But
shit.
how will people know they were there for the uprising?
That's what I'm saying. It's not an uprising.
But look, the one thing that made me really cringe harder than anything was people in my social media following who were actively posting about the BLM destruction of property and saying this is what needs to be done.
That's stupid.
Saying that this is not how it needs to be done. I was like, come on, man. You can't just pick.
Oh, I had the same rhetoric for a year. Any protest, BLM, whatever. The second you start destroying private property,
You're
moot.
You're a moot
moot point. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and you know, as if these people haven't suffered enough, man. It's
The businesses, yeah.
oh god, man. You know, the last thing they want is a bunch of stupid people breaking into their stores. Like, what the hell's wrong with you guys, man? You know what I mean? You're doing this arguing that curfew doesn't make sense. We want to lift these stupid restrictions. We want to go back to normal. How are you going to go back to normal if the guy's restaurant doesn't exist because you burned it to the ground? You know what I mean? I mean, come on, man. And there was a lot of damage done. It wasn't just one or two, you know, sporadically here and there. It was like, from what I read, like hundreds of fucking businesses along Notre Dame and in the old port on St. Paul and all that. So I don't know. You know, I can understand people's frustration, but at some point, I mean, can we just fucking use our brain? You know,
It's I'm with you, G. But again, a lot of them were young and you know they're frustrated. I'm not defending them. I hate the second I saw them breaking into shit. That's when I got pissed. But that's why I'm saying it needs more. It can't just be a young, angry person. It needs to be the whole community, everyone. And it can't just be Arab kids. It needs to be other kids too. Everyone needs to get... No, but it's true. Everyone needs to understand that this is not a neighborhood thing. This is... they're stopping you as an adult from going out past 8. Everyone should peacefully be like, nah, you know, we're going to walk. If I got to jog past 8, I'm going to jog past 8. If I want to walk my dog, I'm going to walk my dog. Fuck off. That's how everyone should treat this, not by going out and breaking shit. First of all, you're increasing your chance of catching something when you're stuck with another couple thousand people spitting and yelling at each other. The real protest would be, truthfully, what Phil said. We all just go out at 8. And don't go crazy. I don't mean together. I mean, dude, live your life.
There was this other thing I read somewhere where, I don't know if you guys remember back with the student demonstrations in 2013 there.
I remember.
The whole casserole thing became a thing, right?
The pots and
So
pans, yeah.
Yeah, the pots and pans. So they were thinking, look, well, as of 8 p.m., people in Montreal, they just come out on their balconies and just start banging pots. I'm like, okay, whatever. As long as you're not hurting anyone, whatever.
I got caught in one of those riots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on Milton and Park. I was at remember the Second Cup over there?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was having a cup of coffee. It was like a Sunday night, I think. And I don't know how the fuck they got there, but they got literally right there, right in front. And there was the riot cops on one thing, and while I was crossing the street, so I'm in the middle. And then I look to my right, and it's all the people marching towards me, like going crazy. And then the riot police on this side, I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get beat up. Like, and I was like, what do I do? What do I do right now? I don't know which side to take. I don't know where to go. Like if I go to the cops, they might beat me up. If I go to yeah, it's fucking weird. Yeah. So I went straight.
Those were crazy demonstrations,
around.
man. We're talking about tens of thousands of people, man. It was a crazy time, and obviously my office was being vandalized at least once a week.
Yeah, but you guys deserved it. You're the government.
We didn't deserve anything. Anyway, let's move on. I want to throw some other topics to you guys because there's going to be a huge debate in the next coming weeks, maybe months, on these things. Specifically in Montreal. So the Projet Montréal, which is the Valérie Plante's party, had a party convention over the weekend. There were a bunch of propositions that were tabled that, maybe to some it makes sense. I don't. I can never agree with people like this. But anyways, I'll put them out there and we can have that conversation. So let me start off lightly. One, basically, Valérie Plante came out and said we're gonna relaunch Montreal in 500 days. And within those 500 days, we're going to include large housing construction. We're going to extend the.
That's almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
When's the election?
In not even, I don't know, October of this year.
I think she's not planning this properly.
Yeah.
Well, her idea is we need to start this that is going to propel Montreal into like a 5-year development plan kind of thing, right?
I just want to insert a side note here. George called me, I think yesterday or the day before.
Yeah,
Anyways.
hold on. I'm getting to it.
Wait.
Let him do his thing.
I'm not going to ruin what he's about to say. I just want to say George called me for something else and then stopped midway to complain about how stupid Valérie Plante looks when she laughs about shit. Go on.
Yeah, no, because at the same time when I was talking to you on the phone, she was giving a press, like she was in a scrum. They had scrummed her on the street somewhere, whatever, and she was just
in
laughing.
A scrotum?
Eh?
In a scrotum?
Scrum. A scrum is when you have all these journalists around you.
You know what a scrum is?
I thought that was a rugby term.
It comes from rugby, yeah.
Oh, like when they huddle, right?
Yeah.
Like a scrum?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Go on, scrotum.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Blue Line, extension of the Blue Line in the metro. Like we've been saying this for I don't know how many years. I mean,
yeah.
God, put that one to rest. A tramway towards Lachine. Obviously, more pedestrian and bicycle space for downtown.
Poseidon.
Anyway, so she has this whole plan to unfold within the next 500 days, starting whatever Monday, whenever it was. Are you okay?
No, Poseidon. Oh wait, dude. There, that one. That's the one that you need to do if you ever want to fuck with her and make a meme. This is the one that starts as the base.
Why?
So many fucking options. So many.
All right, George, I'm sorry we disturbed you for that one.
Anyway,
Sorry,
so in addition to that, during that party convention, there were some propositions. So here's one of them: to impose a mileage tax. A tax. So basically, everyone that drives, depending on the mileage they do, they get taxed in Montreal. Leave that up for debate for you guys. Basically, it's to discourage people from taking their cars and to encourage them to use more public transport.
Go fuck yourself.
You know what I mean? So again, guys, I cannot see myself ever in a room with people like this and saying, yeah, interesting. Yeah, we should do that. I don't understand where these ideas come from. You're not living in a fucking village. You're a major city in, well, not a major city.
What if you live in the village?
America, but,
so you want people that actually work 70 hours a week, contribute, go out there and doing stuff. You want to penalize them. Exactly. That's exactly, yeah.
Take
That's
the fucking
crazy.
bus and, because you finish work at 7, 8 p.m., the last thing you want to do is be in a bus on the way home. You're thinking of, okay, I got to prepare dinner. I got to prepare the kids, homework, blah. And meanwhile, you're stuck smelling some other guy's fucking armpit in a
Wow,
How do you
stacked
sit in
bus.
buses, you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't. I
I find the nearest armpit and I snuggle.
Apparently, it didn't get much traction. This.
Oh, you don't say.
You don't say.
You don't say that that stupid fucking idea didn't get much traction.
Thank God. Bro.
No, it passed. It passed in during the convention. It passed. It was voted on. The problem is now, how are you going to
Implement it?
No,
implement
2 days
if
ago
you
it says
could?
it got the red light.
Which one? The mileage tax?
Yeah, mileage tax proposal getting the red light. It's an
Oh,
idea that's
I-
not gaining much ground with Montrealers or local politicians. A mileage
dumb
tax
plan.
proposed by
Anyway.
Projet Montreal that would charge.
If
car
they
owners
want to
a fee.
promote the use of public transit and other forms of transportation, first and foremost, public transit needs to not suck.
Yeah, it needs an upgrade.
It needs a major. I mean, the metro cars are new, but like, I mean, I can't have my life disrupted if I'm taking public transit every time someone like throws something in. Like, I don't want to have to depend on a system that constantly is on pan. You know?
Yeah, I remember back in the day coming from old Montreal, and it was like, you're gonna wait another 3 hours,
Because
dickhead.
someone tried to off himself.
Yeah, and I was like, oh
know?
fuck. And then you're stuck in. The worst is when you're in the train, and it'll stop, and then you're
the tunnel.
stuck. Oh, bro, in the
That's
darkness
only
because you
happened
can't
to
even
me
walk.
once.
Yeah. Ugh.
No, but Poseidon, I heard that it was voted, and that she even came out. Valerie Plante even came out and said that she's going to start lobbying the government to implement the mileage tax.
That's
So
not what-
whatever.
Well, then I'm
Maybe-
going to start lobbying to have her unelected.
Well,
That's
you have a
stupid.
couple months to
Yeah.
go there. We'll see what's
I mean,
going to
I don't
happen.
think I really need to do
But-
much.
But see, we think these things are absurd, right? But don't forget, she got elected on a
Similar
platform
platforms, yeah.
Right.
full of stuff like this.
But she got elected on a platform of change,
everyone
and
hated
people, and people were fed up with all the money that we spent on nonsense. So she came in at the right time, like a lizard with a cowboy hat on could have won that election. So she came in at the proper time, and now we've given her all the power, we've given her all the support, and she fucked us. So going back to the drawing board. Speaking of which, George, again, I'm going to put you in the hot seat. You are connected to Denis Coderre, former mayor, trying to be future mayor's peoples.
Still working on that, man. Don't worry about it. As soon as I get news, you'll know about it.
You let me know. I need this guy in there so we can talk to him about his run for mayor.
But you'll need to have the other one as well. I mean, you got to be fair.
What other one?
Valerie.
Valerie Plante.
Oh, I don't think she'll come.
Okay.
Yeah. She doesn't,
Look,
doesn't look like
Smiley.
George,
she doesn't come in years.
It's fair.
No.
No, because I
She
invited
smiles
her.
a lot.
Because I invited her years ago and she didn't come.
Oh.
Yeah.
But if he
Why
invites
are you guys
both,
freaking out at that?
If he invites both and she refuses, he's fair. He's being
Yeah,
fair.
Yeah.
We'll send an official communique.
I had sent her an official request right before she was voted in, and they were like, "Oh, interesting." And then the second they won, they ghosted me.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we won.
So
We don't give a shit.
typical, huh?
Yeah.
So typical of bike riders.
I'm still waiting to hear from her team. I had invited her before the holidays last year in November, December.
What did they say?
Let's touch base early this year, and I did, and I'm still waiting. So whatever.
Yeah.
That's just rude.
But it's fine. I mean, it happens.
Everyone,
but
everyone, just tweet at both candidates on Twitter. Everyone watching, just tweet at them that this is the place they should have their first debate. The Pantelis podcast universe. Live, Denis Coderre.
I just don't understand. Like, I
PPU.
look. I mean, I appreciate the fact that she's a smiley person and, like, you know, she has all that positivity, but when the background of your press conference are broken and fucking burnt businesses, you can't be smiling and laughing.
That is true. That is funny. Everything's on. So there was a riot yesterday. Why are you
What
fucking?
do you mean you appreciate the fact that she's a smiley? I mean, the Joker smiles all the time. You know what I mean?
But it's like those news people. I've
Because
seen
it's rare-
news
it's
anchors
rare
do
to
that.
see politicians like be like all like hi, how are, like, you don't see
She's
that very
friendly.
often.
Okay, fine.
It's fresh, you know. It's nice, you know. But don't
does
fucking
get fresh.
do it either. I mean,
I've seen newscasters do that, but I've seen newscasters go from like the stock market has plummeted, and a lot of people are very upset. On a lighter note, a bunch of children in a school bus died after the bus fell off, a cliff,
lighter
and
note.
then they're
On a
smiling.
lighter
Yeah, it's like,
note.
what do you mean on a lighter note? Those kids are dead. I've seen people do that where they just read the prompter and they're not
They read it
focusing
wrong.
on what
Yeah.
they're saying. No, they read it correctly,
No,
but
I
it's
mean
just
they read the
they
situation
used
wrong.
they read the situation wrong.
Good times.
Okay, the
brighter
other thing that
news.
was presented and it was voted on, and this is what we were talking about with Phil on the phone the other day, a plan to disarm police
Oh yeah, right.
What?
in Montreal. So they
'cause that's gonna
suggest
go well.
let's consider whatever options we have to disarm our police officers in Montreal. It passed by 80% in their convention, which doesn't surprise me because that's the type of people that the party has.
I'm just curious. What does she mean by disarming the police? Take away all their weapons?
Exactly.
What's the point of that?
I mean, I don't
well,
think it's
the
that
gun
straightforward.
basically to.
Why don't we just fire them all?
So me and George got into a bit of a debate about this.
Yeah.
I don't think the idea that most 80 to 90% of patrolling officers have non-lethal weapons like rubber bullets, I don't think is any less effective. Because if a guy has a gun and he's gonna kill the cop and you shoot him in the face with a rubber bullet, he's still going down.
You think it's easy in the heat of the moment to aim for the face?
I mean, even if you shoot him, think about this is what I'm trying to get at. I was reading a bunch of studies that were done in the States and they were showing statistics and whatever. When an officer draws his firearm, to fire on someone, there's a good chance he might kill him. That weighs on their decision making. If he has, that one shot may be dangerous, right? He may fuck himself, especially with everything going on now, right?
Give everyone bazookas.
If they had rubber bullets, they would be less worried about the collateral damage.
Yeah, but then they'd start shooting all kinds.
No,
That's a whole.
You'd get shot with rubber bullets for anything.
also that's
True. It's possible. But
The
I'm just
fuck do you
saying
mean
it's
I
not-
wasn't speeding? Quoi? And he's like, je m'excuse, je pensais qu'il était noir. I was like, what?
I'm just saying that the idea of them all having non-lethal rounds isn't as crazy as it sounds. Like, sure, SWAT, emergency response tactical units, they should all have lethal means if they need it. Maybe the sergeants or the supervisors could still have live ammunition. But maybe the basic patrol, like the guy on the bicycle, if he wasn't good enough a cop to give him a car and you put him on a bike, give him rubber
The
bullets.
bicycle guys don't have guns.
Yeah, they do.
Bicycle
of course.
cops have guns,
Of course
bro.
they do.
Man, they're police officers. They're just on bicycles.
I know. They can't be
Hold
trusted.
on.
Yeah.
Hold on, George. Those words should never come out of your... Yeah, the police officers, bro, they're just on bicycles. What are we, crazy? What are we, crazy now? Everyone gets a medal. Bro, if you're on a bicycle, you shouldn't have a gun.
Yeah, you could just be driving and somebody
Hold
goes,
on. Like, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's
You know how
dumb.
dangerous that is?
Of course it's dangerous.
Wow, that's
Wait,
fucking
how is it-
wacky.
Do you see how my idea isn't as crazy now? Like, if the bike cops had rubber bullets...
You know the rubber bullet situation. We're setting up for a Demolition Man type of world, bro.
What do
Yeah.
you mean? Explain what you mean, because I know you just saw it recently.
Well, first
No,
of all,
he saw it a while ago on the movie night.
yeah, it was like 2 months ago.
bro, rubber bullets. You know, it only fits one. You have to reload every shot you take, right? Imagine, bro, the guy has a fucking 9mm shooting at you, reloading,
hold
and
on,
you
hold
gotta.
on,
What do you mean only one bullet? That's not true.
That's not all guns.
Yeah.
Some
Isn't it one rubber bullet
no,
that goes
they're-
into
they're
the chamber?
full-on
You-
chambers, and they can be fired like regular bullets.
Yeah, it depends on the gun. I mean, you
and
think...
they can still kill you if you get it in the eye. You're dead.
Yeah, but
Like,
wait, you think there's rubber... I mean, dude, BB guns have
you're
technology where you
thinking
have
of
multiple...
beanbag guns.
Oh no, because the rubber bullets are really big.
Oh, no, he's thinking of the beanbag stuff.
Beanbag
Yeah,
guns
yeah.
from Demolition Man. Yeah. No,
No, they have like actual bullets that are rubber. They're fucking hard. You're all bruised up.
You're fucked up.
Really?
They can hurt you.
Yeah.
But they won't kill you. I'm just saying.
It's what Batman uses.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just saying that maybe taking away the weight of potentially taking a life from a cop will make him be more clear in the moment.
Or
You know
just
what-
hire better cops, mentally stronger cops.
Yeah, that's very simple to do. Yeah, it's so simple.
You get what I'm saying, though?
Yeah. Only apply to be a cop if you're mentally fit. And you're going to see a lot of people be like, yeah, I'm mentally fit. What the fuck does that mean, bro?
Fit as a fit.
You know how complicated that... You know what it really needs? I was talking yesterday to Abba about this. Accountability. If you... The whole cop situation where there's no accountability right now, right? It's that whole thin blue line. So instead of being like, yo, that's a bad cop, we gotta... we can't allow this. It's more of, all right, how do we fix this? Because he's in the crew. You know, it shouldn't be like that. It should be accountability. And that's how you move forward. Oversight, a police oversight committee. So you can't fuck around. If you do that, like I said, when there's cops and you find out that the only time they ever discharge their weapons, they discharge 3 times, they get into violent stuff, always when it's with a black guy. Somebody has to ask a
that
question.
seems questionable.
Be like, bro, this is impossible. Like there's, but they never do. There's no oversight. So you need oversight, accountability, not disarm the cops, because there's going to be a situation where you need an armed officer.
I'm not suggesting that disarming the cops solves this. I'm just saying that maybe for different reasons, maybe arming them with non-lethal, not all of them, some of them, maybe it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm just open to suggestions is what I'm saying.
I don't know, because you can never determine what police officer is going to be in which situation and
Yeah,
when.
that's what I'm saying.
But I can determine that if he's not good enough to have a fucking car and he's on a bicycle, he shouldn't have a gun with a fucking lethal round in it.
He's not on a bike because he's not good enough to be on.
You
in
don't
a
know
car,
that.
dude. Eh?
You don't know that. You don't know how they decide who goes on the bikes. Mind you, some of them are really fast on the bikes.
Bro, if you're giving a gun to the bicycle cop, bro, our system
Have you ever
is
been
broken.
pulled over by a bicycle cop?
What do you
No, I
guys
would
thought?
drive
Thinking of
off.
The most embarrassing situation. I got pulled over the day one of the cell phone law years ago on St. Roch in front of the cafe. I'm like pulling up and I'm on the phone. I didn't know it had started yet. And I hear tuk, 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 tuk. I look and there's a guy on a bike with really short shorts. I'm like, what the fuck do you want? He goes, I'm a police officer. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. He's like, pull over. They pulled me over in the intersection and I yelled at them because I didn't understand what they were pissed about. And he called backup and 5 more bikes surrounded me. I goes, this is the most embarrassing day of my life.
Oh, that's embarrassing. I would have just driven off.
I have all these Bro Park X guys laughing at me. I'm like, this is terrible.
Get out of here, child.
But especially at a time where you have gun violence rising, you have all these groups that are organizing now, and we've spoken about this almost on a weekly basis. Someone gets shot in the East End. You're going to disarm the police officers. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I disagree with this. Personally, I disagree with it. I think maybe there could be a focus on better training police officers, but to disarm them because we're afraid that it might be used incorrectly. I don't know. I mean, you're a cop. Your job is to know when and when not to draw your weapon.
I have a better idea. How about you also give them rubber bullets? So they have the real gun. They have the rubber guns as well.
Are you crazy? They're coming out saying, I mixed up my taser with my gun.
That's what happened yesterday.
Yeah, come on.
With that, but she's a lady. Please.
They're different
Well,
shapes.
Don't be so hard on her. I don't like this misogyny. Everyone's so hard on her. Like, oh, what a dummy. She's a lady. Policing is a new thing for the ladies. Be patient. Be patient, goddammit.
But what happened with that?
Misogynist.
She mixed up her bright yellow taser for her black gun.
Yeah, all jokes aside, she killed a man
Yeah.
This is where this is here?
in the States.
Oh, in the
Bro,
States.
she killed a 20-year-old kid, bro, because she thought she was tasing. And for some reason, she thought it was like Pokemon. She kept yelling, taser, 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 while like shooting. Like she thought that would change the gun to a taser. What the fuck she thought?
She panicked.
Wait, was she screaming taser, taser, taser?
Yeah.
Also, she really thought her taser was her gun.
Yeah,
I mean, whatever.
she should have went with it's morphin time. That would have been better. But yeah, dude, she killed a man. So all jokes aside, I like my humor. All jokes aside, that's like some unacceptable
see
shit
the,
because they're different weights, they're different shapes.
Yeah.
That's an imbecilic mistake. So that shows that again, this whole everyone's built equally. Everyone's not built equally. I don't know how the fuck she got past training.
Can I make a crazy,
Yeah.
like I read that this happens often, that they mix up one with the other, and they're both on the same side of their hip, right? Why don't you just put the taser here? You can't mix it up. Just put it in a different place. I mean, it seems like an easy fix. I'm not a fucking police chief, lieutenant, planner, logistics guy. Put the taser up here. You just grab it and you tase the guy.
That's,
it's
yeah.
easier.
Well, you're saying it's easier, but this is the first time that people mistake their
No,
taser
it's
for
not
a
the
gun.
first time. It's happened many times.
Really?
Yeah.
have you-
I don't know if it's actually happened, but they use it. Oh, I thought I was reaching for my taser. It's happened many times as a defense.
I don't know. I've never
the
seen that
States.
as a defense.
I don't know. I feel like it would have come out earlier.
Yeah.
But even if it wasn't a taser, look at what happened on Jean Mall's Park, right? Where they punched the guy. Like, everyone was freaking out. Look what they're doing. But if you watch the video, like, you don't even need to look at more angles. The original video, the cop who punches him in the head asks him like 6 times, stop fucking biting me. He says it. You can hear it. Stop biting, stop biting, stop biting. And then all of a sudden it's like, fuck this. And he punches him in the head.
It's not right.
He's biting him.
So there's 6 cops. If you can't subdue a guy and get your arm away from his face,
If
then
your
you don't know
arm-
what you're doing.
If your arm is in his mouth already and he's biting you.
You're not supposed to be having him in a chokehold, especially when you're 6 guys and you have him down. One guy that understands Brazilian jiu-jitsu could have taken that guy out better than those 8 cops did.
Maybe that's what they need.
Yeah, that's
Martial arts
better training.
Yeah.
Better training. That's what like her. So here's the other thing about this cop that she mistook her taser. So something came out last year, and I was like, "Fuck, that's actually a good point for cops." So let's say they get good training when they start, right? Because of funding, because of the schedule, all that, there's not a lot of time for repeat. So let's say in the military, you're held accountable for stuff, but you're always training.
Right.
Cops are not always training.
No, they're just chilling.
So
in their
you
cars.
forget stuff, kind of like remember back in the day when you took CPR lessons, your license would expire. You would have to
Yeah.
retake, So what they should do, part of the funding should be that there's consistent time. Like in the week, you have, your 4 shifts, and then one shift is training of this thing. You're always
That's a
getting
lot.
training.
Once a week.
I thought they always do train. I thought
They do.
No.
They have to requalify for firearm certification.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff like that.
that's not always training. You have to requalify when your thing expires.
6 months.
We're talking about they should always be just like a hockey player is always training. There's always practice and then they play games, right? They're not and this is not something cops won't want or whatever. This is something that's unavailable right now. Just the funding, the way it works, and the way the shifts work. But one of your shifts, and you should be getting paid for it, should at least be training,
That
like
sounds really
practice.
expensive.
Or implement gyms in their.
Well, it's not about getting big, bro. It's not about.
But I mean,
that's
like,
not what I mean by
for
training.
Jiu-jitsu, stuff like that. Like,
Not just jujitsu, everything, gun, psychological stuff. They should be trained, like reminder of how to deal with people that are crazy, to go like just all these different facets. Because their job, the truth is, we like to fuck around with cops, like it's a complicated
hard
job because you don't know what situation you're walking into. So an argument between a couple could be resolved with just, hey, what are you guys doing? Let me ask some questions, or you get there and some guy's trying to kill you and her. It's so crazy the shit that could happen.
Yeah.
So training should always be constant, and they should be anecdotal stuff too. Like last week, this is what happened to one of your people. Here's a video of something in Edmonton. Here's a video of something in New York. Like keep constant training and learning. Every other job, like every other, even sports athletes, they always have to fucking train. But the cops who have guns, they're supposed to protect us. We don't put money to train them. And they were like, let's just disarm them. But what's it just put money into training and keeping them on edge.
Like this disarming and fuck the police and ACAB and all that. All it's doing is antagonizing them and putting them under more stress, and they're gonna make more mistakes.
Yeah, because now they're nervous about everyone. They're like, everyone hates me.
Yeah. It must honestly, it must suck to be a cop right now.
But with respect to that guy at Jamans Park, there was an interview I was listening to the radio where they had this police officer from Quebec who was specialized in training
On CJAD, right?
No, it was a French radio.
Oh, okay, because I heard one too.
So this was a police officer from in Quebec. He was in charge of training the police officers. That's why it's weird to hear you say that there's no training. I was
No. He said there's not enough training.
There's not enough, dude.
Because
Because everybody says that they get trained. That's how they become cops. But they don't consistently get trained. It's not part of the weekly thing. Like I said, hockey players get more practice for playing hockey than police officers do for being police officers, and that's not the police officer's fault. That's the system.
Anyway, so this guy basically he was in charge of training the police officers and make sure that they always follow the protocol, whatever. So he saw that video of the guy and he said, "Listen, based on what I'm watching, it seems to be protocol because in situations where they resist arrest, you need at least 5 to 6 police officers. The way they train them is that we want to reduce the possibility of injury, both for the police officers and for the whatever suspect. So they have one police officer per member of the body. So you have one guy for one leg, one guy for another leg, one guy for an arm, another guy for the other arm, and one guy for the head.
That's their official.
Apparently, it's standard protocol to have at least 5 to 6 guys on one person.
Really?
That resists.
Weird.
Based on what he said. So it goes, what I'm seeing over here, it seems as though they're following protocol. Now, the guy punching the police officer punching him in the face, I didn't know that he was biting his hand. And I was also wondering, like, do you need to be punching this guy? Because they were choking him. In the beginning, I had read that they had choked him. He had passed out. They woke him up.
Yeah.
The guy got agitated, and then they started punching him in the face.
That's what they say happened. But to be honest, if I woke up after being passed out and there's 6 guys, I'd be going crazy too.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, I mean, if you are really 5, 6,
and hey, while he's passed out, why didn't they handcuff him? That's what I'm saying is the idiocy of there's 10 cops there, and when he's passed out, they don't handcuff him. They wake him back up to punch him in the face. It's dumb.
The other thing I don't understand is, all right, this is protocol so that you can reduce whatever strain or damage, because it makes sense. If you're one guy trying to put down a big person that is resisting, chances are you're going to get hurt, or the other guy's going to get hurt or shot. So in my head, it makes sense that they put in place this protocol. Get 5 people, you each control one member of the body, put him down. But
I mean, it makes a bit of sense, sure.
Once you have 5, 6 people on the guy, how difficult is it to maintain control?
There you go.
I don't understand. I don't
but if they were
it.
properly trained for that, dude, George St. Pierre could have taken that guy down himself. Like, if they're properly trained. And again, I'm not even blaming the cop. I'm blaming the punch guy because he punched him. But I'm not blaming the cops for this because, like you said, they're following their training. So again, it goes back to their training needs to be better and more consistent.
Anyways, I mean, look, the from what I read now, the Montreal police, they're examining the video. I don't know what is going to come out of it. I mean, if the other professional, just by looking quickly at it, said like they seem to be following protocol, I doubt that the Montreal police is going to come out and say something different. From what I saw, I mean, look, I saw the guy headlocking him. I saw the guy punching him. I read that they had choked him. He passed out, and I saw like over 10 officers around the guy. So I mean, is it necessary to have all these people?
Was he drunk?
And again,
or was he just drinking?
We shouldn't jump to conclusions.
Yeah, what did he do, by the way?
Last year, because we don't know what he did. I don't know.
Drinking in public?
Wait, aren't you allowed to drink in public in Quebec?
No,
No.
you can't drink on the street. He was walking through an intersection drinking.
But still, I don't think that, like, let's be honest now, as adults, I don't think drinking in public merits a
beatdown.
10-man beating.
No, but he was belligerent apparently.
Okay.
Oh,
Like-
but it depends on how the story unfolded. If the guy is walking with a beer bottle and they're asked to put in the garbage and he does it, chances are that he won't be jumped by 10 police officers.
If you're getting drunk and you're ruining your life by making bad decisions, you do it at one of our establishments, like the casino.
Which is closed.
Speaking
No,
of
online. That's why they
casino-
put the.
Speaking of casino, did you guys hear that the Hell's Angels with
What?
Working with the government.
the Hell's Angels with the mafia, they want to open a new casino in the reserves,
Nice.
and it's created this huge controversy
What?
because technically they're allowed, the government can't touch that, but obviously
I support it.
We understand what that's going to be like, right?
It's going to be
and-
a great time.
Don't they have to be native to open anything on the reserve?
well, obviously the natives are going to be part of it.
Oh,
I mean, they
okay.
do it
Oh, so
without
it's the
consent.
natives, the mafia, and the hell. This is.
I
seems
love
like-
it.
It seems
That's
like
the holy trinity of
the
Quebec.
spirit of cooperation. I love it. Yeah,
Yeah. I love that. I'll support that place for sure.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Why? I rather support these guys who are entrepreneurs. The other criminals, they keep hiding behind we're the government. So I like these guys.
That's true.
Did you guys see the announcement that was made about the biosphere? And I don't know why we're throwing money to that. I mean, given
Biosphere.
the circumstances and the times that we're living in. So I was just going
That's
through
that
the news
big fucking globe that we have.
Yeah,
Epcot
exactly.
What does that do?
It's an environment
well,
museum.
I don't know, and this is why, because I was going through the news and I saw the headline, $45 million for the biosphere. I'm like, 45 million. I'm like, let me read this. So basically, this is in collaboration with all the governments. So Ottawa, Quebec, and Montreal. They each contribute $15 million over the next 5 years. And this is basically to relaunch. Apparently, there's a museum there. I didn't even know.
I don't know.
The last time I looked into it, it was an meteorology kind of center or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
So that ended, I think, in 2019, and it became like kind of like an environment museum. And Montreal wants to run it, kind of like they run the Biodome and the planetarium and all that stuff. There's an organization in Montreal. It's called Espace pour la Vie, and they're the ones that run, the Biodome, the botanical garden, and the planetarium, and all those things. And they will be in charge of this as well.
45 million. Can I just say something, George, before you continue?
Like, from the question I have is, have you guys ever been to that place? Like,
No, and
I've
I
been
never,
outside to take photos.
and I probably will never go. But it's funny that you bring this up. Mere days after on this program, we talked about how many children go to school in Quebec hungry and are living under the poverty line. So they're
Yeah.
like, "Yo, I know where to put $45 million."
Up their ass. That's what they decided.
How crazy!
It is the only environmental museum in all of North America.
Gotham
Yeah.
City, baby.
Yeah,
Why did he say Gotham City?
he doesn't know what he's saying.
Oh, okay. why did you say Gotham City?
This had nothing to do with the crime or mafia. So go on. Why is it Gotham City?
Tell
The
us, fat man.
corruption.
Oh,
But this isn't a corruption thing. This is an
it's a
imbecile thing.
mismanagement. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
Is it really, or just?
No, it really is.
I'm sure
I mean,
they're making
maybe
money.
there's some kickback somewhere, possibly.
So you think they're all just they work for the museum? Really?
What? No, but they're gonna make money somehow.
So what you're saying is
They
that
won't make money at
Hold on.
Wasteful. They're gonna waste money. No one's going to that shit.
what you're
I mean,
saying
I don't
is
know
at
who
night,
goes there. I mean, maybe
all
people
the
do
animals
go.
come
Maybe
to
they love
life in
this
the
sort of
museum.
thing. I have no idea. But when you're talking about investing in museums, I think of the museums downtown, like the Fine Arts and the McCord, where they draw a lot of clientele.
I've
People
never
go
been
to
to
those
the
museums.
McCord.
But the biosphere, who the hell go? I honestly thought it was just like an architectural thing
Me too.
to make Montreal stand
I
out.
knew there was something in there. I just didn't know what it was.
yeah,
Maybe they're gonna put
something
LED
there.
lights on it too.
Just a couple of years ago, I noticed there was something in there, and I asked my wife, and she told me it's a meteorology thing, like they monitor whatever they do. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I saw this, and I'm like, why would they put $45 million in this? And then I read that there's a museum. I'm like, what? So I'm like, I don't know who goes
What?
there. No, but- and then
I mean, it's whatever.
These are all pathetic people who have never won a bowling trophy. That's all they are.
Okay, champ.
Pathetic. Yeah. Champ is here. Goddamn right.
Did we talk about that clip? Did we talk about that clip there from that movie with?
Yeah, we talked about it
yeah, we
last
did.
episode. You talked about how
Okay.
amazed you were.
We
with
should. You
Gates'
should do
work.
more of those. We're like, we didn't do that.
Yeah, you're the one who told me. Like, you should do more of those. I don't do it, bro. It's Alex Gapes.
That was the gaping hole.
He's a professional, so when he takes
He is a
time to dust
professional,
stuff, it just kills it.
It's pretty good though. Made me laugh.
So the other thing that's in the news, guys, there was sexual misconduct allegations happening in the
Now
Canadian
we're getting
economy.
interesting. Okay, go on.
Where was this? And Poseidon, where
Why
were
are
you?
you staring at me like that, bro? You're acting as if I'm a sexual deviant.
You are a sexual deviant.
George, please.
I am not.
What did Poseidon do?
No, so the parliamentary committee, the defense committee, was supposed to launch a probe into all these allegations.
Huh.
Yeah, well, to investigate and to look into these things, and for some reason, yesterday, the committee canceled it. The parliamentary committee that was supposed to look into it, they canceled this probe. I don't understand why. And it kind of happened like behind the scenes. It wasn't like any mainstream media that was talking about it. I think it was leaked to Global News or CTV News. I can't remember. And they just brought it out, and there's very little details on it. And apparently, they had a bunch of witnesses that were ready to testify, and they filibustered the whole thing. Like they took like over an hour debating on what kind of voting procedures they should have, or if this committee should actually go ahead. And it took forever. Finally, they tabled a motion to cancel the whole thing, and it passed because obviously the Liberals have the majority on that committee, and it was backed by the Bloc Québécois. So together, the Liberals with the Bloc canceled this whole probe into the sexual allegations into the Canadian Army.
Poseidon's losing his shit. Hold on.
Going crazy, George. No one's listening to you.
Hold on, George. Poseidon's crying of laughter. Poseidon, you okay? Why are you crying?
You just showed me something, and
It's what I showed you that you're laughing at.
yeah.
George, just so you can laugh too, because Gabe's the same guy who does those cool videos, made a Photoshop of Poseidon as one of the coaches of the Montreal Canadiens.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
You didn't see it?
Right, yeah.
of
So
the best
people are laughing. It's one of the best. It's done well, but some
It's super good, yeah.
Montreal Canadiens fan on Twitter who doesn't know us is like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, he's like, why are people making the big deal about this? Who is this guy? Like, why is that? Like, who's the new coach?
It's fucking amazing.
And it just made me die, bro. He's like, what is this? Who is this guy? What's all the controversy about?
Oh man.
Oh, man.
I love
gotta
that. I
find
love
that.
that he
Did you tweet
has
it?
the headphones on too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
They're branded.
It's amazing. Who's this guy? Who's this guy?
I love the internet, bro.
The internet is fantastic.
Yeah.
I gotta
Oh,
find it.
wow. That's a good time. Yeah. That's why Poseidon was laughing. Oh. Fucking Gapes, dude. Hilarious.
But that, you know what? That goes to show how talented.
It is a
Gapes
good
is.
photo, dude.
It's really well
Oh.
done.
It's a great photo. It's very well done. Yeah. And we just proved it. Someone who doesn't know would think it's real.
Well, he fooled a Habs fan, so you know. Not
I'm just
the,
retweeting it with every single Montreal Canadiens.
not the upper echelon of intelligence, you know.
Oh, I'm fucking around.
Anyways,
Yeah,
keep going.
you have a lot of dedicated fans, man. I mean, you got to give these people credit.
I do. They're fucking awesome.
There we go.
They're
Nailed it.
amazing.
By the way, let me see here. Oh my God.
I really want to bait this guy into retweeting it by accident. Like I would.
Oh, by the way, I ripped him yesterday.
Did you?
It's coming out today. Yeah. Destroyed him. Oh my God. I keep getting, what happened? I was getting so many positive DMs in the Discords and in the Instagram, sorry.
Tweets?
And then now lately it's literally people complaining.
About what?
Oh, I'm going to tell you, I don't want to give them too much light. Just idiots.
Yeah, give me one
Start
thing I'm
sending me
curious.
good stuff again, all right? What happened to these booty pics? What happened to these, hey guys, good job? What happened to those fucking good stuff? What are these DMs?
Are you doing comedy for the Attaboys and the booty pics? Is that why you're doing it? Or are you doing it to
No.
make the world a funnier place?
This is not making a funny place. This is literally the dumbest shit I'm getting.
Let me see.
Oh, no, because I can't give credence to it. No.
To me, let's show me.
I'll show you after.
All right.
Until it's done. Because you cannot be trusted. You keep blurting stuff out.
I do not.
We have to wait till it's over.
I do not.
I get asked stupid questions.
I've
in the
learned
DM
nothing.
also.
You too, you get asked stupid questions in the DM.
Bro, and I got asked one. I'm gonna show you after.
Yeah, some of the stuff is like, okay, is this a retarded person? Like, what are you asking me right now? And why would you assume that I'm going to take the time to give you a long reply to this? Like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
This is what? This is messages that you get.
Messages
These are
from the
messages, my
interwebs.
friends. Messages.
I stopped opening new ones, by the way. I got fed up.
Misagis.
The requests, I leave them. I don't.
What if they're DTF? Like, what if it's girls who are into you?
Well,
you check,
of
You
course.
fuck.
Filters. He goes by profile picture. No, me too. The request I keep deleting all, and then it keeps pounding up again. And then sometimes I'll be like, oh, maybe it's interesting stuff. And sometimes it's good. Sometimes people send me links to shit I want to see. Like, have you seen this video? If you like this, and they're fun. But then sometimes I get like this, just dumb shit, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Stop.
This picture is amazing.
That's a good picture.
You look like a fish. Oh man, it's good times. Good times.
Anyways, Yonge.
What? Ganj?
Yonge, keep going with the news.
You mean Jorge?
Keep going, Jorge.
Not much more to tell you guys. There was another story from Longueuil with a domestic violence issue yesterday, where the cops drew fire. Some retarded guy in the house was hurting his wife and kids. He was
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Was he an actual retarded man?
No, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I shouldn't have used that word. Some fucking disturbed.
Well,
guy.
George, now you're canceled, so I can't speak to you. That was a retarded move by you.
Canceled. So
some asshole
this
was
guy,
using a gun?
abusive to his wife and kids. The cops were called on scene. The guy was apparently waving knives and all these, I don't know what other kind of weapons he had.
And they shot him?
There were gunshots heard. I'm not sure if he was, if the guy was shot or not, but finally they arrested him. I don't know. And we spoke about this at the beginning, when this pandemic broke out, about how concerned we were about people's mental health and the well-being. And, and we've said it many times. I mean, we're so concerned about everything else happening and all the, curfews and this and that and measures. And do we wear a mask? Do we not wear a mask? Meanwhile, there are hundreds of women that are stuck at home with their husbands.
Why did you laugh, Jessica?
And it's not really pretty, man. And I mean, there's been a series of women that have died following domestic abuse in the last couple of weeks, which is very sad. I'm not sure exactly what the government is doing. Definitely something more action needs to be taken on this. And it just seems that every single week there's a story of a fucking dumbass that beats his wife. I don't know. It's concerning to me.
Yeah. That's I don't know what to say, George. There's no good in that. It's just dudes beating chicks up. It is fucked up, and it's been happening more and more frequently ever since we've locked people in.
Well, yeah, and I don't want to say it's normal, but in the context where domestic violence happens on a regular basis, if both men and women are home all day, then yeah, obviously you're increasing the chance that someone gets hurt.
Well, no, that's a stupid thing. Just because you're home all day doesn't mean at some point you're going to say the wrong thing, I'm going to smack you. That shouldn't be a real excuse, because so many other people, present company included, are home all the time. We're not beating people up.
No. I'm not saying that you're going to beat them up. I'm saying in a context where there's already domestic violence.
Yeah, it's going to increase.
Of course.
Yeah, you're right.
So I mean, if you're telling me you're staying home now all day, you can't go out. I mean, imagine I'm curious to know how many women actually called out for help. Say, guys, you can't do this. I need to get the hell out of the house. My life is in danger. My husband needs to go to work. At least get him out of the house. I don't know.
A lot of people don't even. A lot of women don't even reach out for help till it's too late.
They don't, which is sad. I know.
That's fucking crazy. So what's the plan, George? How are we gonna fix this?
There's no plan. I mean, they announced in the budget like a mere $5 million, some retarded
where's it
little
going?
amount like that to help out the situation, which is ridiculous. I think it's 5. I could be wrong though, but it's nothing, And this is the government now taking this issue seriously, injecting $5 million. I think it's 5. I can look into it, but whatever amount, it was very low. They were criticized. There were all sorts of women organizations across Quebec that were very critical on the fact that the government doesn't care that much, and it should have been more. I don't know. The premier himself said that he's gonna take on this issue personally himself. So,
is that what he said? The same guy that is responsible for everything?
I don't know, man. I was looking forward to spring and summer. You remember last year, this time around, like around June, July. the measures were lifted. People were free to go out again. I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys remember, and it felt good because it was in the summer, and it was it was a nice kind of a breath of fresh air, right? I have a feeling. I had a feeling that early on this year when things really, when the shit really hit the fan, that around summertime, it should be good again. The weather's going to be nice. We're all going to be able to go out, and it just seems to be getting worse and worse. And I don't know. Look, guys, honestly, I just look forward to some warmer weather where people can actually go out, get some. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying.
You're trying to figure out what the best way is to get ourselves out of this mess.
I mean, you look for some sanity somewhere, and I mean, the good positive thing is that finally summer's around the corner. Hopefully, it'll be a good one. But at the same time, I mean, look, if you're telling people go home back at 8 p.m., if this is maintained, I'm not so sure you're contributing to people's sanity.
You're not. We're directly negatively impacting people's sanity. And also, I don't know what this belief is that people are not mature enough to do the stuff, the precautions they're taking in the day, that they're not smart enough or mature enough to keep them at night. That's the other thing.
But on the flip side, Pantelis, man, you have over 75% of the population, based on some poll that I was reading, that actually agree with the measures that the government is putting in place. So if
no, but hold on, because that first of all, those polls are skewed because number one, I don't know who the fuck they're asking, but also that's when you group stuff together. That's sneaky. Ask people specifically about the curfew because that's what people have problems with. Because when you ask people, are you okay with measures that are taking, people are like, yeah, there's a virus. I don't mind the masks. I don't mind the sanitizers. So when they give you an okay for that, it is not an okay for them to be adults with curfews. So I don't like the way this stuff is structured. They trick people. And then people who feel, which is the majority, who feel weird about the curfew, then they're scared to speak out about it because they think that the majority is all for locking them in. So I don't like the way the government does that.
Well, it'd be interesting to see if there's a specific poll on curfews. I don't know, but the one I read is like over 75% of the people are satisfied. So I mean, you're in government right now. You're looking at these things. You're like, okay, well, look, we're taking the right decisions here.
Yeah, but that's skewed because again, I'm all for. I like the fact that there's hand sanitizers everywhere, just in case. I like the fact that people are keeping their distance. They're staying away from me. They're putting their masks on. Good for them. They're going to, you know what I mean. I don't mind that stuff, but I mind the curfew. And most people, it's the curfew. They're not saying go out and start licking each other. The big thing that they have problems with is the curfew. It's completely insane.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't read anything on specifically just the curfew. I guess it's more generalized. But I'm just thinking, from the government's perspective, they're looking at this and they're like, well, look, people are happy. We understand that certain people are dissatisfied, but we're here to please the majority, and the majority of the population seems to be okay with the measures that we're putting in place. Again, whether it's regrouped or not, I don't know. I didn't read the specifics of the polling, but. So I mean, it's tough to see how the government's going to flip around and say. I think it was
hey,
Phil on
dipshit, turn his fucking mic on. What are you doing? Sorry.
Yeah, I think it was Phil.
Poseidon's just chilling on his fucking phone.
Before, when I asked him something, he goes, "Sorry, I wasn't paying attention." In my head, I was like, "Isn't he producing the show?"
Yeah.
I think it was Phil on his podcast that said, like, they've probably reached the point right now where backing up would make them look so stupid. They're like, "Oh yeah, no, the curfew does not work." Down. So they just need to double down and say, well, now we're in it.
For what it's worth, I wouldn't be upset if they said, "Look, it seems like we fucked up. We're gonna reverse this." I would be like, "Okay, respect. You fucked up. You're telling us."
Oh, they're never gonna admit that.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I wouldn't say fuck them. Chaotic. I would say okay. And now that the protests are happening or whatever, trying to happen, they're never gonna remove the curfew out of like pure spite. That's it. Because he can afford to have a bunch of 18-year-olds mad at him. What he can't afford is to have a bunch of middle-aged, not middle-aged, but like 35 to 45-year-old parents who need childcare pissed off at him. That's what he can't afford.
Also keep in mind that the majority of his vote doesn't come from Montreal or Laval or the South Shore. It's all in the regions
Probably the South Shore. It's technically the regions.
Okay, let's say the greater Montreal area, because he does have he does have ridings, but it's further into like the eastern townships and stuff, which I don't know if they're considered South Shore, but anyway. So most of his support comes from these regions where, people aren't really that much affected like we are here. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
That's true.
Why is your wife blasting you on the chat?
My wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is she?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Whoa, what happened?
I like her.
Oh shit.
What would you do?
F you, Phil. Middle-aged.
Wait, you called her middle-aged?
Well, I used like 35 to 45, and all of us are in that bracket. So she's fucking furious.
I'm
now.
not 35 yet.
I'm.
What do you mean 35
Oh
yet?
no, wait, neither am I.
I'm
Oh fuck.
mentally 12.
What the fuck? How old are you guys?
34.
Okay.
That got awkwardly quiet. How old are you,
Yeah.
George? 40, no?
50.
50. I'm 40. I didn't think you guys were that much younger.
Wow.
And I think we've had the discussion
Many times. It's 'cause
I
you're
just
older.
forget.
I
you're
am a
forgetting.
sexy, youthful boy. Let me tell you.
You're a spring chicken.
I'm a spring chicken. But hey, you don't talk shit about Anna, bro. First of all, Anna has a baby face. She looks younger than all of us.
Whoa,
So-
whoa, whoa, whoa. Everyone's ganging up. The females are ganging up on me.
Oh, in the chat?
Yes.
Ladies, calm down. There's a sale at HomeSense. Focus.
Anna's gonna kill us all.
I took the heat off Phil. I took the heat off Phil. You saw that?
He's
that's
not,
that's
he's
what
not the
buddies do.
He's not the hero we need. He's the
Also-
hero we deserve.
Yeah.
Also, Smokey says she's 37, but honestly, I thought she was like 23 or something.
Oh, he's been trying to have sex with Smokey for the longest time.
And he's gonna continue to try for a long time.
Shoot or shoot.
Yeah, but people who aren't blind could see, so I think she's gonna.
Who's Smokey? Do you guys know her, or is she just like a friend?
a fan.
Show.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show.
Yeah.
Poseidon, you shouldn't be trying to bang these people, man. What like the
Yo,
support-
pause. Olga's turning 40. I thought Olga was like in her 20s, like a kid, like one of the younger.
I don't know
fans.
how old anybody is.
I can't tell people's age, especially Chinese women. I cannot tell. They age so gracefully. I can't tell. Is
true.
16, 45? I don't know. I don't
Asian
know.
women.
Asian
Not
women,
Asian
yeah.
women and all. No, not all Asian women. Chinese women.
Really?
Yeah.
Japanese women and South Korean women also.
Oh yeah, South Korean women too.
Yeah.
I've never met enough South Koreans to be able to test this
and-
theory.
You ever watch K-pop videos,
I do not. No.
dude?
And South Korean women,
All kinds of lights, like LED shit. It's trippy.
Really?
and they're
and-
known
and
for
very
their
catchy.
tig old biddies.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think South
he
Korean
is.
women
He is
have a higher
mentally
average.
12. He's quoting TikTok.
I think I'm not a boob guy. That's why I never noticed.
Hold on.
Not a boob guy.
I'm an ass guy.
South Korean women.
Respect.
George.
And a face guy.
Asian.
I'm a
breasts.
face guy. Big time
Yeah.
face guy.
I need a pretty face. Yeah.
I don't. There was a joke there, but I didn't know what it was.
No, that's okay. Poseidon is definitely not a face guy. Poseidon's not even a gender guy. Poseidon is basically a boob guy. That's it.
Poseidon
Doesn't
is
matter who
basically-
has the boobs.
Will you put me inside you?
Yeah, that's
the
it. That's
will
it.
you let me?
He's
fuck
very
you guy.
simple. That's good though. It's you
It's,
need
yeah.
that.
No,
That's-
I'm more of an ass guy.
Oh really?
You are a bit of an ass.
Welcome
yeah.
to the ass community.
Yeah. Ass guy. I boobs, small, big, don't care. Face, just can't be a goblin.
I mean, I like that he supports the trans community.
At least average. At least average looks.
But that's all subjective. Like I don't know.
It's all
like,
subjective. George, what about you? Your wife doesn't watch this.
Poor
show, so speak
George.
freely.
Just like I'm here to tell the news.
I'll pass on the question there, guys.
Spoken like
but
a true ex-politician who couldn't get reelected.
Ex-politician.
I had something on my mind, man, and then I don't know.
Was it boobs?
You guys start talking about asses.
Now he's just like, fuck, I love butts.
Yeah, he's like,
I cannot lie.
yes.
I don't know when I
Butts.
think about asses.
Yes,
something
I
just
remember
happens.
my younger years.
My
Many
fucking-
many asses were smacked. It was a good time.
Smack-a-doodle-doos.
I was a well-known musician. I
Am I-
played the keyboard.
He didn't play the
No,
keyboard.
he didn't play the keyboard. I
He
was thinking of the
tickled the
tall guy.
ivories.
Wasn't the tall guy playing the
No,
keyboard?
he just sang and belted out like high notes.
What happened to the tall guy? He was a giant.
Tall guy's still tall. I see him sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, good dude.
I like the tall guy.
I like Yanni.
we saw each other last year at some point. We got together. We wanted kind of like a reunion thing, but
I miss you. I wish I knew how to quit you.
yeah, but one guy was really scared. He's like, I don't want to come to the studio anymore. I'm afraid. I have
Of
kids."
what?
I'm like, we all have kids.
We've
Fuck
talked
it.
about this. Their bandmates are the most non-rock and roll people ever. They're like, I'm scared of getting thick.
Oh, they were scared of COVID.
Yeah, because I'm not saying you shouldn't be scared of COVID. I'm saying rock and roll mentality dictates that you can't be scared of COVID. That's
Yeah,
why I
don't
can't be
know
rock
if
and
we
roll.
ever consider ourselves rock and rollers.
I don't know. My wife completely derailed the morning show. Did you see that? See what happened there?
I like her style.
Ah,
Good job, Anna.
She's thinking I'm moving in with my in-laws. God help me.
Well, she doesn't realize it, but she's going to turn into another domestic violence statistic in about an hour.
Yeah, because there's an increase in the rate of women hitting men.
Yeah. Phil opens the door, he gets punched in the face.
She's going to kick me right in
I'm
the dick.
skewing the results in our favor, Phil.
You see this?
Stop
frying
grading
pan?
for the curve. Oh, God.
Good.
Yo, so Poseidon, now that you've calmed your tatas, and
I've been calm this whole time.
I don't know, bro, you've been saying some crazy shit about butts and boobs
It's true.
It wasn't
and
crazy.
having sex with our fans.
A select few.
I love the silence, and he's like, oh, he did just checkmate me.
Yeah.
I don't know where to go from
Check
here.
and mate.
Yeah, I don't know where. Dude, do you have any good news, George, or is all your
I
news
just want to give
shitty?
him some advice.
All the news are shitty, especially given the times that we're living in. There's nothing
So
positive.
tell
out
us
there.
about your
I mean,
sexcapades as a youth, George.
I told you the positive thing that I came across was the fact that there's over 2 million people
so
that have
easy.
gotten the vaccine.
Yeah,
Yay!
I mean,
positive.
that's good.
Wait, are we going to have to take the vaccine?
They're not going
You
to
don't have
mandate
to
it
do anything
officially.
you don't want to. The question is, are you going to when your
Tell
time
that
comes?
to my wife.
No.
She's going to come for me.
Yeah, you're done.
But they're gonna try and force this different ways, like the vaccine passport. You can't get on a plane. and shit.
Exactly, because eventually, if they tell you if you want to travel, you gotta have a vaccine. You have to be vaccinated. Vaccine.
See his face.
Yeah.
You gotta have the vaccine.
George, did you get vaccinated already? What the fuck just happened?
You gotta be vaccinated. So let's say they come up to you and tell you, look, you want to travel, you got to be vaccinated. What are you gonna do?
I read that
say
if you're
no.
a Buffalo Bills fan, I don't know what sport that is, and
Football.
you want to get a season pass, you need to have your vaccine record.
Really?
Yeah, I read that yesterday. I read the headline though. So
There's no way they're going to find that many Buffalo Bill fans.
I don't know. Are they not popular?
I'm just,
I have no
just
idea.
being an asshole.
I was just like, fuck, maybe it's a joke. but I
A lot
don't
of
know.
Canadians are Buffalo Bill fans.
Are they?
Yeah, because they're close to the border.
I thought you meant because they go get Philly cheesesteaks after at Buffalo Bills.
No, Buffalo, New York. So like a lot of
Remember
people in
Buffalo
Toronto
Bill
are
from
Buffalo
the
Bill
bar?
fans. What?
Remember Buffalo Bill? Tony.
Oh yeah, what
Yeah.
happened to him?
He owns the Buffalo Bills.
Still?
I don't know.
Are they around Buffalo Bills?
Yeah, they're still around.
Interesting.
Are they? They're still around?
I know
haven't seen them in
there used to be
years.
one on Beaumont. We used to get blitzed back in the day in college
That's where
and
I
go
used to
eat
I used
and then
to
get
go there.
diarrhea. But there used to be one on Queen Mary also near my high school.
Where'd you go to high school?
Royal Vale. Go Dragons. Was it Dragons?
I don't know why I thought your high school was like in the west.
No,
No, in the east. Sorry, I thought it was in the east.
It was in the west. It was in Montreal West, like Saint Luc.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was weird because I was like, "Where am I?" I had never been there.
The more you know.
The more you know, yeah. I mean, it was all right.
Pantel, where did you go? You went to Collège Français?
Me? No, my sister went to Collège Français. I went to Evangeline and La Dauversière.
My wife went to Evangeline for like a year, and her parents were like, "There's too many kids who are going to go to jail here. You're going to private school."
Yeah, you think it was a shock for me going. I went from elementary, from Socrates. I went from elementary straight to Evangeline. That's where I met my buddy Dano the first day. And then within the first month, the kid got stabbed in the neck and killed. And I was like,
What?
fuck. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck's happening
pretty
here? I
intense.
remember thinking, like, what is this? What kind of life is this?
Behind the laughter.
Yeah, I remember when they were coming in the classes, because I was in the shitty class, so I had a lot of like fucked up kids with me. Kids that already started their own businesses. They were mostly murder or drug dealers. And they were like,
Entrepreneurs.
if anybody knew the guy that got killed, you could talk to us. Like, you don't have to go through it alone. I was like, what the fuck? I don't know any of these people. I just came here. Like, I don't know these people. It's fucking weird, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That was a wild ride.
Yeah. Actually, this is a super random story. The other day we were at a park in TMR with my daughter, the little one. No, the older one, sorry. And she was playing in the whatever. And there was another family there with like 2 young kids, like a newborn. And my wife was talking to the mom, right? They're just chatting. For like,
So you don't know these people? You talk to strangers? Yeah.
Phil is a stranger.
what do you mean? You don't talk to other parents when you're at the park? You just awkwardly stand there like a creepy fuck?
I'm really. I
you don't
really
take them to the park.
Oh, you have such lovely kids. Don't fucking talk to me. Stranger danger. Stranger danger. Is that what you do, bro?
I mean, I don't live in Brossard. I live in a nice area, so we can talk to people. It's fine.
I know it's not that I just don't feel like it, and there's a lot of people at
that's
the park.
fair.
I just don't talk to them. Anyways, whatever. Okay.
Anyway, so they're having a conversation.
I just wanted to know if you knew them or if it was just a random.
So
random
stick
person.
around for the story. So they're having this conversation, whatever. Anyways, they have to go. So she says goodbye and she asks my wife her name. She says her name. I'm sitting on a bench, like I'm not part of the conversation. And I pop up because she seemed familiar. And then she said her name and I was like, wait a second. So when I popped up, like, I know you. She looked at me. She's like, aren't you? I'm like, yeah. So she was friends with a friend of mine. Her sister was friends with a friend of mine in high school. So like we all, even you know her. I won't say her name on the air.
Really?
Yeah, she crossed into the Park X group at one point.
You'll tell me after.
Yeah, I'll tell you after. So I'm like, oh, right, I do know you. And then my wife's like, oh, that's weird. 'Cause
Poseidon,
I thought
Poseidon
you looked
asked if
familiar.
she's hot.
I didn't ask anything. Why you
Anyways, so
Answer the question though, because
I'm not going to answer the question because I don't want to out whoever it is. And my wife looks at her and she's like, it's funny that you know him because I thought you looked familiar. And this is because my wife's correcting me in the chat saying I went there for 3 years like I got it wrong. They went to high school together and she never recognized me.
she never recognized your wife.
They didn't recognize each other. And I was like, yeah, you guys went to high school together.
But they weren't friends in high school.
No, I just thought it was a funny story.
Perhaps bitter rivals.
Perhaps. I
Yes.
had not considered
Out on the soccer field.
that. The private all-girls school soccer field with the
So what does
nuns
that have to do with
hanging
anything? I don't know what we're getting at.
up. I'm just making a point that my wife thinks I don't remember shit. She's correcting me in the chat, and I'll take care of it later.
Oh shit. He's gonna did you hear that, Anna? He's gonna correct you later. Remember when he walks in, you have the higher ground.
Thank God my door opens.
Take him
inward.
out.
She does not have the higher ground. She's little. She's so small.
You open the door, you see this.
Well, I mean, there's nothing dangerous at home except for Nerf guns. So
Yeah.
Phil just threw a Poseidon at us.
Yeah. A story that doesn't go anywhere. Yeah.
did I?
It's true. Yeah, he
said
just
that?
threw a Poseidon. Yeah.
said that? I don't
That's
see
what
that.
Poseidon does normally. He's like, guys, this is so yesterday I went and I bought chips.
I
You're
did.
like, what? Well, what's the story here? No, there's no story. Just I got some chips yesterday. What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
The
He's like, what do you
difference-
mean? What does that have to do with anything?
The difference between a Poseidon story and what I just did was I did it for very specific reasons and disregarded everyone else involved.
That's very selfish.
No, but I'm asking you out of curiosity because
yeah, I talked to people at the park.
my wife was at the park the other day with
Your wife is so friendly.
with a little one. My wife talks to everyone. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's very friendly.
She's gonna get her
she
kidnapped. She's
saw-
gotta be careful.
She saw parents of some girls' parents that's in the same classroom like my older daughter.
Okay.
So they were there and they started talking. She's like, "Hey, you're so and so's mom." She's my wife's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, I'm so and so's mom." She's like, "Okay, cool." So they start talking. Doesn't
About,
my
like-
wife exchange numbers with her?
So?
And for me, it's like, why would you do that? And she's like, I don't know, because it's another kid in the class, and maybe it's just me. I'm antisocial. I'm like, yeah, but you do understand now that they're gonna be inviting us over to all these birthday parties and all these. Like, I don't want to do that. She's like, why? You're so weird.
I'm with George.
Look.
Yeah. I'm like, come on, I don't want. And then yesterday, I'm doing some work on the grass in the front. They walk by again, so now they know where our house is.
Nice.
And she's like, hey, by the way, it's our daughter's birthday. If you want, at 6:30, come by. We'll give you cake. And I'm thinking in my head, get away. I don't want to go anywhere.
I
don't
hope they
want to. I
watch
don't
this show.
So I'm looking at my wife and I'm like, are we going to be back from work? We're coming back later, right?
Making
Today.
excuses.
So I'm trying to send her a signal, and she's telling me, "Oh no, we can make it. We can make it." I'm like,
Oh
"What
my
are you
God.
doing?"
What do you mean we? I don't know these streets. I started doing that at the dog park. 'Cause yesterday, by the way, in Park X, I met a soldier. He was in full regalia going to so I thanked him for his service, and then we talked about dogs because he's a soldier. He's cool, right? But at the dog park now, I stopped doing that. When people tell me, what kind of dog is it? I say, let me ask you, who the fuck are you? Like, we don't know each other. Don't ask me about my goddamn kid. Like, we don't, I don't want to answer these fucking questions. And then they stop. If you get aggressive at a dog park, bro, people don't want anything to do with you.
If you get aggressive at a park, they call the cops. With kids? No, but no, I mean, I talk to people. I don't exchange numbers. I have at the daycare.
She only exchanged numbers because she knows that her daughter is in the same class with my daughter.
Well, look, I mean, a
But
few
I
weeks
wouldn't
ago,
have done that.
I called Chris to see if he'd be open to our kids playing together because they're friends. I mean, I
Yeah,
know
but
Chris
you guys
already.
know each other too,
It's
man. You
different.
guys know each other.
You know what? You don't know this yet because you don't have kids, and George maybe is just too
Whoa,
antisocial.
whoa. What is that supposed to mean? I don't have kids.
Human kids.
All right, look, that is
Like-
just a low blow.
Anyways, it's really hard to find parents of kids your kids are friends with who you like the parents like enough to hang out with.
Yeah.
If you find a cool dad, like you're all right with this guy and you guys can chill and there's no expectations, like he's not gonna be calling you and shit. That's like you hold on to that friend. You make sure your kids stay friends.
I don't like anyone.
Like for me,
By the way,
so here's what happens. So they come by, they invite us over, and I'm like, oh God, man, I don't know these people. I really don't want to. I don't feel like
You're
it.
really antisocial, George.
Yeah, I am. Sometimes, it just hits me, and I'm just like that.
Asocial.
I don't want to
What's
talk to people. I
their
don't know. Anyway.
ethnic origin, George?
So we come
didn't
back
answer.
from
What are
work,
you trying to say, Phil?
Yeah, what's their ethnic origin, George? Like, what's their
we're
background?
we're not gonna get into that. It doesn't matter.
Oh, that answers every question. George, this is in South Africa.
Red-handed.
I get it, and I'm gonna answer. If anybody doesn't get it, I'll tell you right now. Our boy George is not comfortable sending his kids to the house of some Swede. And you know what?
What?
I get him.
Look, dude.
I wasn't
it was a
expecting
good
that.
joke. It wasn't that good.
I get
It
him.
was a good
I
joke,
get
but I
him.
also wasn't expecting it.
I get him. These goddamn Swedes pollute the neighborhood. So Sweden, you keep your people there.
Get back to
Nothing with that. It's
Lapland.
just I just don't feel like engaging in conversation. So we come back from work, and my wife's like, "Okay, you're gonna come, right?" I'm like, "What do you mean? I have to come?" No, you're going with
I have to come. What is this? Our fucking
What kind of
honeymoon?
weird swingers party is this?
Yeah. I'm like, "No,
I
you're gonna
imagine George's home life exactly like Modern Family. Like he's what's his name?
He's Sofia Vergara.
No. George.
By the way, can we just say how George has been the goody two shoes, but he has a direct link to the plug this whole time, bro, and we didn't know.
What do you mean directly?
plus?
He's
I
married
don't know
to a
what that means.
Colombian.
Yeah, I
See
don't
this?
think so.
I'm gonna throw
Yeah,
that.
they're totally not drug trafficking.
Yeah.
Like they're both like wholesome people. They started their own company.
I know it's a joke, bro.
They're human trafficking, if anything.
So yeah, so she's like, "Okay, you're gonna come, right?" I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna come. Why would I come with you? Take
There's too many
Emma,
comes.
walk, go there, come back. I'll be home." She's like, "No, we're all going." I'm like, "Oh man," then we have to drag the little one. Like, I'm just bored. I don't want to do this kind of stuff.
I'm with you, dude. I hate being dragged to shit.
Lucky for
And-
me,
and
my
in
wife
addition
is
to
not
that, we
like
had to walk. It was like 3 blocks. I'm like, "Come on, man."
But
take
you
the
live
car,
in the,
go."
yeah, you drive. You live in South Shore. You don't walk anywhere.
Yeah, 3 blocks though.
So we drove.
South
so
Shore blocks. Those are like
and-
Manhattan blocks.
That's funny.
It's like 600 houses on each block.
Like, look, in the end, it wasn't so tragic. Like, I'm overdoing it. It's just that, I don't know, man. Why would you talk to strangers?
I'm the friendlier one. I'm the one most likely of the two of us in my relationship to make friends with strangers.
That's my wife.
I like to talk to strangers. It doesn't mean I want to hang out with them ever again, but I like to engage strangers. Anna, it's very rare, but I have no issue with it. If she wanted to make a friend at the park and like,
I don't want to know about strangers' lives. The only thing I ask is like if I'm there, like, "Hey, is this the line? Are you waiting in line right now?" Because I'm going. Like I say stuff like that. Like that's the kind of stuff I say. And no matter how I try to say it, it's always aggressive enough where they're like, "No, go ahead."
No, weirdos are attracted to me. Like they want to talk to me. It's been my curse my whole life. Sometimes it makes for very interesting conversations. Sometimes it's not so great.
The law of attraction. You attract what you put out.
I'm a bit of a weirdo.
You are a bit of a weirdo. Not an eccentric though. You're not an eccentric.
I can be, but
You have
maybe
subdued
when I was
weirdness.
younger.
He's an eccentric. When he goes out, he has a fur coat and shit like that.
yeah,
He
yeah.
attracts that kind of weird energy.
I suppose. This day I was walking.
Michelle in the chat, she's like, "Yeah, why are all the dads being dragged everywhere at the mall? I've never seen a dad being happy to be there. That's because we're not happy to be
I like
there."
being at the mall, not during COVID, but I don't mind the mall at all. I love it. Like my kids have fun. They run around.
Oh man,
I don't
the
like going to the
winter?
mall with people.
No.
Because
hate when
because
we
I
go in
got
a group.
business.
I hate when
Yeah.
we go in a group.
Because when I go for business. I gotta get something done. I gotta get a haircut. I
Yeah,
gotta
it's
buy
in and
something.
out, man. It's in and out. What do you need? You need a shirt. You know exactly what shirt you want. You go to the store. You grab it. You're out in 10 minutes.
I'm not typical in that sense. Like I don't mind the mall, and my wife hates shopping, so it's never been a problem for me. Like we go, and when I'm ready to leave, we leave because she's done. But like when my sister comes along, it's like
Chaos.
she's like, "I'm gonna go into this store." I'm like, "You only said you were going into 2 stores. There's 3." She's like, "So what? We're at the mall." I'm like, "I have to pee. I have to pee." So I just go pee. Like I just leave and fuck off. But no, my wife hates shopping, so it's easy. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why I don't mind it.
Yeah, me, it's brutal. I go in on a mission. I gotta go to this store. I plan my route. I
me-
avoid people. I
yeah.
get there. I buy what I need to buy, and then I fucking flex. I'm not gonna stay there looking at strangers.
Flex. I haven't heard that one in years.
Yo,
I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know
Peace
why. Yeah, I don't know why it came in my head.
Yeah, it's
Of
pretty
all-
gangster. Good
yeah.
Gangster.
I get tired. Boom. Poseidon, thank you for this episode that you produced. Half of it you were on your cell phone, but it's all right. Guys, you can find Poseidon on Twitch.
Cut to your camera.
He plays video games and yells at children. Twitch.tv/ThePoseidon69, link in the description. Also, ThePoseidon69 is his handle on Twitter and Instagram. Follow the man. He's always tweeting stupid shit, posting stupid shit on Instagram, and again on Twitch, twitch.tv/ThePoseidon69. He's playing stupid games, and he's yelling at stupid children who call him a stupid man. The man in front of me, the bald assassin, Phil Balabanos. New podcast episode just dropped a few days ago. Phil My Hole on his YouTube channel. Links to Phil are in the description. Check Phil out for his podcast and stay for his award-winning filmmaking. And if you need a commercial made for your business so you don't look trashy, you go nowhere else but to Phil's house. Phil Balabanos, link in the description. He'll make a commercial for you of high quality. All right? You're not going to look like some high schooler made your commercial. It's going to look like Steven Spielberg made it and then made off with the kids. 'Cause Steven Spielberg, he's in some sketchy shit. We'll get on that in another episode. Let's go over to George Chandrizos, host of Just Us Dads. A podcast by moms for dads that comes out weekly. Clips are up on the YouTube, on the Instagram, and on the TikToks. Are you on the Tickety Talk? So are these dads. Now that I think about it, a bunch of dads on TikTok, a little creepy. Again, we'll cover that and more on the next episode. Follow the links in the description. Support George. It's a fun show where a bunch of dads get together and talk about what it's like having a family in the 21st century. Sometimes they complain about getting dragged to stuff they don't want to. Sometimes they talk about vaccines. Sometimes they talk about autism. They talk about all kinds of stuff that people want to know about. You know, everyone's living a certain situation. You don't know, I don't have kids yet. I don't know what it's like. I go to these guys, I'm like, oh fuck, that's what it's like having a kid right now. So Just Us Dads. He also has another podcast called the Backstage Podcast, where he interviews people of interest backstage. New episode of that, I believe, is dropping or already dropped. I saw you with some guy that was smiling, George.
He was very smart.
Yeah, he was very smiley. I don't know when that drops, but Backstage Podcast. Look, link in the description. Follow these guys. Support them. It's kind of what we do here. You support local. And if you're going to support local, just meet it. Justmeetit.ca. Remember that they sponsored us for this entire month. Justmeetit.ca. Link in the description. Use promo code COMEDY. Get 10% off. High quality meats. No antibiotics. No performance enhancing drugs. And none of these animals had any sort of sex scandals ever. They're super clean. They're good animals. None of them. None of them. They've never done anything sketchy. So justmeetit.ca. 10% off if you use the promo code COMEDY. I pointed at him. He didn't know what to say. He's like, what the fuck's the promo code? PantelisComedy.com for all of my stuff. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/Pantelis for bonus episodes. 2-drink minimum drops today at noon. Thank you, guys.
And today I'm going live, patreon.com/Pantelis, in bed with Poseidon at 4 p.m.
I like how he ruined my out. It was perfectly timed, and then he had to jump in.
But I mean,
Yeah.
just end the stream abruptly.
Yeah.
While I'm talking, just cut it. Start cutting it. It'll be funny. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. Did you do it?
No,
You're
not
still
yet,
waiting.
not yet.
Is it
I mean, I've run